Floyd and he was me,
Yeah.
he wouldn't never have to fight again because that exhibition shit,
Yeah.
as me being his little brother, hey, little bro, we finna do 10 rounds and we both gonna get 100+ million for it.
Right.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
Right.
well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Right.
And
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
What's good? What's good? Salute to the fam. We back to build on this boxing as we always do and give it its just due. Shout out to the fan, man. Y'all already know if you catch this on the playback, smash the like button, sub to the channel. Most importantly, man, make sure you turn your notifications on so you can come build with the fam every day at 4 p.m. We take over the airwaves. This is our time. You know what I'm saying? How y'all feeling today, man? We got some stuff to build on, man. We got some more tank news, man. Got some more tank news. We got a tank conversation that's been stirring up all over the airways, man. And it's been getting a lot of different reactions, man. You know, people don't play about their tank, not their Gervonta. They don't play about them, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to the fan, Banks. Hey, shout out to my guy, man. How you feeling, bro? And bros, what's good with it? Humble Dragger, what's good, fam? How you caught one from the beginning. Appreciate you, fam. Melanin Queen, shout out to the Queen. Best moderator in all of YouTube land. Shout out to y'all, man. How y'all feeling, man? So what y'all feeling about this statement made by Artur Beterbiev? You know, he not only did he just fight in what some people look at as a controversial fight, right? But his trainer, he did a live stream. I guess he was on somebody's show on a live, and you know, he had a conversation, and Tank came up, and he happened to you know, just give his thoughts on Tank Davis as a fighter, and said if he was to retire right now, he wouldn't be a Hall of Famer. And it got everybody, you know, buzzing, got the streets buzzing, got the streets buzzing, and then got back to Tank. Tank then responded. It's always a good conversation, though. Me personally, I always thought Hall of Fame talk was more suited when you retire, when it's all said and done, when you got a complete body of work to look at, and you like, you know what, you know what I mean? You start thinking about it. But I understand in this climate, especially when, you know, he get praised the way he do, you got so many people that want to disprove that he's what people say he is, right? But they can't do it they can't do it. They don't see what they need to see in the ring, right? They don't see Tank go out there and just get his ass beat. So, you know, they don't have the body of work or the losses in the ring to go off, right? To downplay him. So they just gotta overanalyze his opponent. And every single time he pick an opponent, I mean, I gotta be real. I've been watching this dude's career the entire way through, and I am telling you, I really mean this. Outside of the Tank of Maniacs, because they out there, he do get a lot of hate. They tend not to give this man credit for anything he does. You know what I'm saying? It's always a question mark with everything he do. People make up their own facts. Y'all seen it yesterday when I played the clips. You had people saying how he put rehydration clauses on everybody he fight. And it's just not true. It's just BS. That's how you know it's hate. That's what I call hate. Everything is not hate. Some of it is just constructive and fair criticism. But a lot of it, the loud stuff, is hate. It's definitely hate. The ones that keep saying he ain't did none, he ain't fought nobody. It's foolish, man. Dante's Boxing Talk. What's good with it, bro? Mike Kirkland, how you feeling, bro? Lisa, peace to the queen. How you feeling today? It's just always a question. Like you rarely do you ever hear, yeah, man, Tank fought such and such, man. Yeah, he went out there. Yeah, he looked good. Yeah, he did his thing. It's always, yeah, he did this, but yeah, he knocked his opponent out. But but this, the guy wasn't this. He wasn't Shakur. He wasn't Devin Haney. He's not Teofimo. So they complain, but I think what people are doing, they just missing a hell of a career playing out because they spending so much time complaining about it that they can't possibly find a way or find time to enjoy what he's doing. You get what I'm saying? So for me, I'm all the way on the other side of that. I enjoy it for what it is. I know all the decisions ain't left up to him, so I don't overreact when I see an opponent selected. I already know what time it is. But nonetheless, we here today, and Artur Beterbiev trainer John Scully is in the hot seat today because he's the one that set the internet somewhat ablaze with his conversation that he had pertaining to Tank Davis and whether or not he feels as though if he's a Hall of Famer at this point. And like I said, man, the fact that this dude arguably got about 5 or 6 maybe fights left, if that's when he truly gonna step away from the sport. The fact that that's where he at in his career and he approaching 30, he's not even 30 yet, he approaching 30, and people even discussing if he's a Hall of Famer. Hey man, I know Tank Davis will never hear this, but some of the right people will. Hey man, just keep doing what you're doing. The fact that you even being mentioned as a Hall of Famer at 29 years old says a lot about you, I think. Point blank period. It's just no other way to slice it. And again, my conversation is about just enjoying boxing and making sure y'all understand that when y'all come here. So y'all not gonna hear these hate-filled conversations and me just complaining every step of the way. Like I always say, some of it is constructive criticism and it's understandable, but most of it is just crazy. And like I said, man, the fact that you still, you in your prime, you're in the prime of your career, you still got, multiple fights left to give us, and people discussing whether or not you're a Hall of Famer, it speaks volumes, man. Just keep doing exactly what you're doing. It's not just resume alone. I know when people hear Hall of Famer, they think, oh, gee, yeah, he ain't got the names. He don't got this. He don't got that. I think shout out to the OG. For now, I was talking about this earlier. He made a great point, man. That's the way I always seen it. It's called Hall of Fame. And I'm pretty sure like you being known got something to do if whether or not you get your foot in the door, right? He checked that box all the way across the board. You know what I'm saying? He's known. I hear somebody make an argument and say he's not known outside of the US. That's silly. That just don't make no sense. So I think when it's all said and done, he's gonna be where he's supposed to be. And the fact that people even discussing it this early is a plus for him. He could just keep doing exactly what he's doing. Look, man, when you doing something and you doing it your way and it's working, like that's where I'm at with it. We cannot pick who these guys fight. It's never going to be like that. And I say this all the time. You just got a couple of choices when you watch them fight. You either could watch it or you don't. Or you could just go hate watch it from somebody's house like you probably do anyway. But either way, that man going to do what he doing. And like I said, man, I'm just to the point where I've heard so many different complaints. I'm just so far past it. I enjoy it. Look, you doing shit your way. It's working for you. You beat the odds. I listen. I hear the story. They not trying to hear like he ain't accomplished and he ain't fight nobody. They feel like they done beat the odds so many times over. Everything they do from here on out is just a plus and a bonus. And whether or not you're along for the ride is up to you. It's purely up to you. But I'm going to enjoy it, man. I think the young man is a hell of a fighter, and that's why he's in everybody's mouth. That's why even when the topic or the title say Artur Beterbiev and Dimitri Bivol, somehow, some way, Tank Davis' name come up. Like this, you cannot make this shit up. Like I'm dead serious. Y'all could try. You could try this right now. I don't know if this means anything or not, but when you talking about Hall of Fame and being known, you can go right now, y'all. Right now, you can go on Instagram. You can type in Devin Haney in the search bar. You could hashtag Devin Haney name in the search bar, or just type it regular, something like that. I guarantee you will probably see just as much Tank Davis pop up as Devin Haney. This is how crazy it is. You don't even got to look for this dude. They're going to show him to you. You get what I'm saying? You could search up somebody else's name, and I promise you, y'all can all put it to the test. Tank Davis posts and pictures and training videos and stuff gonna pop up. You cannot make this stuff up. I did it. I put it to the test one day, and I discovered this accidentally. Like I was looking for somebody else, and he just kept popping up. I'm like, damn, you could type in somebody else. You can type in a whole nother fight with two people, and he is still come up in the pictures. Like you can't make this stuff up, man. The dude is must see TV, man. And regardless, like I want to put this in perspective. Like we amongst the YouTube streets, like I'm a content creator. We do boxing. We have these boxing bills every day. Outside of the hate, that's like, it looks loud on social media, but the numbers show you exactly what it is with him. So no matter how many people continue to hate and say who he ain't fighting, he ain't doing this and that, there's so many other people tuning in to watch him fight that your voice, it just don't matter at this point. Just enjoy it or don't. That's it. That's where I'm at. You can't understand this is a business. You can't understand it's a lot of moving parts. Can't understand that he don't make all the decisions himself. Can't understand that everything ain't in his control and up to him. Then you just gonna be mad for a long time, man. You're gonna be mad at boxing, period. But that's just not how it works, man. So I salute him. Keep winning. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm gonna pull up that interview from John Scully. I want y'all to hear it right with me. I'm gonna listen to it with y'all, where he brought up Tank Davis, saying, if he retired now, keyword, if he did it now, he wouldn't be a Hall of Famer. But shit, I don't know, man. That might be hella debatable. KO was good with it, bro. Diego Corrales, Tim Bradley, Michael Moore, and Ricky Hatton had the same accolades as Tank, but they all got multiple losses. Tank and Dog, right? People just like this shit up. I don't get it. I don't know what it is, though. Because he got the people. Mike Mazak, my bro, was good with it. BJ33 in the building. Was good with it. Boxing Hacker. Shout out to my guy, man. Was good. And Tank, Devin, and Shakur will always make it to the Hall of Fame. I think they all got great chances, if not already positioned themselves to be in that conversation. Respectfully, man. Like it's so we just basing it. I'm telling you, when people, the only reason why this is even a debate is because it's highly, like, people focus highly just on resume and what they feel like is missing from his resume, and because of that, there's no way he can make it. But I just think people are wrong. I think you can't just look at that alone and say, yeah, that alone gets you. You just can't do that. It's so many other factors, man. Like I said before, tell me when I'm wrong. That man got the people. He got the people, bro. He got the people. Like, how people be saying, like, voice of the streets, and like, he got the people. They love him. That's it. Like, you're gonna be in a winning position regardless of what the hate is saying, because you put yourself in a very unique space where you could do it your way. And like I said, and it's gonna keep working, bro. It's been working. It's gonna keep working. Mike Kirkland, shout out to my brother, man, putting that color in the chat for enjoying boxing, man. I appreciate you. That's what I do when I get here. I just don't understand how people enjoy it. It'd be the best fighters in the world. You name it, bro. You could name them. You could name them. People did it with Floyd. I mean, they complain about Ali. Man, you name them, bro. They complain. Like, no matter how good the fighter. Tommy Hearns. Oh, he was Cheney. Oh, Ray Leonard was a pretty boy. Marvin Hagler stayed at middleweight too long. I promise you, I can. He ain't going. Yo, I promise you, I can keep going. With every fighter, we be going crazy. Like we just don't know how to appreciate boxing no more. Again, everybody just want to be heard. That they don't care how crazy their opinions sound. They want to get it out there. Nah, man, this dude is doing his thing, man. And I'm here for the ride. I want to see where he end up at. I want to see where, if he really thinking about walking away in 5 or 6 more fights, exactly where he end up at. I want to see.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Shout out to Mike Kirkland. Appreciate you, bro. Always supporting the grind. I have no doubt he'll be in the Hall of Fame. One of the faces of boxing, a top earner of the sport, has the accolades. They don't want to give it to him. The accolades, they keep trying to strip it from him, Aisha. They don't want to get it, man. Something he earned is crazy. You get what I'm saying? I can't understand it. Emmanuel, what it do, my guy? How you feeling, bro? A1 Hoop Zone in the building. How you feeling, Al Booger, my guy? I think Canelo just pay-per-view stars right now, and they get their numbers no matter who they fight. Yeah, they just got the people, but they're winning too. That's the thing too, Dante. They winning. So it's looked at as different. Like his formula is successful because he's winning and it's working. And outside of the YouTube, the Twitter hate, Facebook, wherever you at, outside of that, they love him. I'm sorry. It just is what it is. The number, don't take my word for it. Pay attention to the numbers. Them numbers tell you them people love that dude. Yo. That's it. That's all. His people love him. And I think that's why he get the hate. Because they like, yo, how do y'all praise him? How do y'all give him, this type of praise? And he ain't fought this one. He ain't fought that one. He ain't fought this one. He ain't fought nobody. Well, I don't see what y'all see. Well, y'all missing it, man. I'm going to tell y'all missing it. Shout out to Boxing Hacker. Appreciate the 10-piece. He said, I think when it's all said and done, Devin, Shakur, and Tank will all make it to the Hall of Fame. Same with Lomachenko. The criticism is Tank is fighting the top champions in his division. And I understand that. But you know what I could always say, because I'm a fair dude to the conversation. When was the last time Tank Davis was the only top guy at 35? You get it? I understand. He got the responsibility to cash cow, pay-per-view king. I get it. One of the faces of boxing. But he ain't the only top guy at 135. I know it ain't as deep as it once was a few years ago. I get it. But it's still a division with some talent in it, man. As long as Shakur there, you got other top talent there. You get what I'm saying? So as well as they say he's not fighting them, they're not fighting him either. Or anybody that's comparable to him. So they literally all in the same boat. Oddly enough, Ryan Garcia got a little res. He fought Tank. I know he lost, but then he fought Devin. No contest. But you get what I'm saying? He would have been making out good had he not ruined this situation with the Osterine and all that stuff. So, but outside of that, bro, like they all got to fight each other respectfully. I understand the onus is on him because they feel like he the oldest, but it takes two. And as long as you're not seeing these dudes saying that he ducked them and they trying to make fights and he don't want nothing to do with them, we just got to let the business handle itself and just wait.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Just got to let it happen, man. Seattle Rick, my guy, was good with it. Jordan in the building was good, Jordan. They say Roy Jones should have never moved up. You get me? You know what I'm saying? He went up there to be great. You know what I'm saying? And I know he don't regret a minute of it. I know he don't regret it for a second. Killer B was good with it, fam. D-Lay said Beterbiev called it straight from Tank. He didn't even say nothing bad about him. Nah, he ain't say nothing. Tank, I told you, Tank in camp mode, bro. Tank in camp mode, yo. He don't care what you talking about. If you ain't saying nothing positive, he going at you, yo. Lamont Roach said it's different over here. Tank said, yeah, you asking for it. Like, I'm trying to tell y'all, he looking for any reason to be mad. Like, Lamont Roach gonna have to thank John Scully and Beterbiev team for making them comments for what he gonna go through, because he gonna treat it like he said it too come fight night. I'm telling you. Yo, Tank Davis put that pain on you, yo. I'm telling you, be putting that pain in you when he fights you, bro. I'm telling you, it'll play. He'll be playing no games. Yeah, I some of it, and I get it. I try to like identify some of it is criticism and it's understood to a degree, but a lot of it is unnecessary. Hey, they just don't like. I guess they don't like the reception that he getting from the people, but you can't argue the masses. You know what I mean? You can't drown out the masses. Your voice will never be loud enough. People better be just fought after they had titles for 7 years. There's people complaining on Tank. Oh, yo, and nah, don't tell them nothing, Aish. Nah, that's making too much sense. Don't make them think. Don't make them put their foot in their mouth. I'm telling you, bro. How long has Bevel held that title? And they just now getting the undisputed? Come on, man. Like, I ain't trying to hear it. And he's still winning. And he 30 fights in. And it's funny that both of them dudes, what is better be 21 fights in, and Bevel, what, 23, 24 around there? You get what I'm saying? Them dudes don't even got a lot of fights. You get what I'm saying? So, man, I don't know, man. I just think they missing it, man. I just think they missing it. I think when you competed in you know, as many as 4 weight classes, and you would have been a top guy, or you are a top guy anytime you step in the weight classes you campaign in, I think that speaks volumes as well. You know what I'm saying? Cut creator, what it do, my guy? Fascinating. Tank weighed 133 in his last fight, and the time of fighters constantly fighting to stay at the weight division. Tank just doing it easily. Yeah. And you got goofy ass people out here misleading the fans, talking about he naturally 180 pounds and stupid stuff like that. And you got people running around believing it and running with it. So I don't know, man. I'm enjoying it. Like, again, when you love boxing, I ain't trying to hear nothing nobody talking about that's hate. All we do is tear these dudes down. He don't do this. He don't do that. Tell your favorite fighter, whoever that is, hopefully he had 135. Tell him to get in there, and we see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Whoever that is, that's how I feel about it. See Shakur in the Hall of Fame, please. I see Loma making it before him. Yeah, for sure. You know they loved him, so Lomachenko. Beterbiev was 30 years old. He was still a prospect and never won a world title, man. Talk to him, KL. Talk to him, man. Don't make him think too hard, though. Don't make him think too hard, though, KL. and look, this is not about protecting no fighter. I just love the sport. I think these conversations are beneficial to the sport. It's time for somebody else to get up here and have a different type of voice than being a part of the naysayers. We do it with every fighter. I done heard people question Terrence Crawford. They said he ain't fought nobody. Said Errol Spence stayed at the weight class. Ain't really outside of 47. He ain't did nothing. Now he finished at the 1 loss. You name a top fighter, I will tell you a complaint that people are making. You never satisfied. So at the end of the day, you just got to do you, man. And that's what he doing. And people just going to have to get on board or just ignore him. You know what I'm saying? And he going to keep winning anyway. You know what I'm saying? Making Shakur moving up soonish. And him and Tank got time. Shakur 3rd division. So yeah, I think he's gonna be there for a little bit. Because you definitely want that fight. You don't want to move out of there without that fight, man. That ain't gonna be good. You want that fight, especially before you think about going to 140. Shout out to my guy Big Dog Willie for the 5-piece, always supporting the grind. Bill Haney was the break. Bill Haney was the breakdancing champ in 1984 after defeating Turbo and Chen Wu. League. Bill Haney has the record for continuous head spins for 98 minutes, bro. Where you get this stuff from, I would never understand. Big Dog Willie is unlimited.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Unlimited, man. Unlimited. Shout out to my guy Big Dog Willie. Much love, Brody. He said, man, Tank, not all the famous resume trash to have that many fights. GQ, the thing is, bro, for his resume to be trash, and again, we really gotta have a conversation for it to be trash. That would have to mean that he's fighting trash fighters. You get what I'm saying? And then when you think about Hall of Fame, did you see what before he came in here, y'all, how I made the point that people are focusing solely on resume and they feel like it's missing all the top fighters. So for that reason, that's his no way he gets out. Told you. That's just only the resume alone. It ain't Hall of Fame, not Hall of Resume, Hall of Fame. And that's one of the most recognized fighters in all of boxing. Like I said, he's one of the few names that you can type another boxer's fight in and they're going to show you stuff about Tank Davis. You can't make this up. Like, so it's tough, man. He's been in 4 different weight classes. What trash somebody got to fill me in, please. Like, I seen the fights, but jog my memory. Where's the trash fighters that he's fighting? You got to let me know. I got to know. Remind me, man. Let me know. Let just know where the trash fighters on the resume. You get what I'm saying? And I said this before. Resumes don't win fights. No way. You get what I'm saying? Resumes do not win fights, man, at all. At all, man. Picasso was good, my guy. Beth was good, family. Beaver brought Canelo up and was a weight bully. Hey, talk about it, Aisha. They'll never look at it like that. Not the great Canelo Alvarez, but Picasso was good. Held back a lot from fighting some of the big fights, and he will soon start making them. Hey, man, Thomas Hill, my guy. What's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Man, check this out. I was talking about that the other day. That's one of the things I think that contributed, man. Shout out to the queen, Aisha, man, in the cash out for the 10-piece. Always supporting the grind, man. She said supporting. Appreciate you, queen, as always.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Shout out to my brother Mike Mazak in the cash app, man, for the 5-piece. Always supporting the grind. Shout out to Mike and Aisha.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
We gonna get it, yeah, man. Trey, I was talking about this yesterday, man. With people just solely focusing on resumes alone, man. I think they missing it when it come to him. Resumes as solid as his contemporaries, by the way. Prove otherwise. You disagree. I'm telling you, like I said, man, if you really match the resume, the problem is too, though, when you talk about Tank, people make it seem like he spent his whole career at 135. They don't put it in this proper context. He started at 26. He was the top guy there. Get what I'm saying? Moved up to 30. Top guy, won his championship there. 35, jumped up to 40, 35. Like, you get me? Like, I don't understand where people get off. Why are y'all missing it? Like, I don't see the trash fighters that he's fighting. You get what I'm saying? And some of them best fights is still right there with the potential to be made. I don't see it. I don't see the issue. I think it's for 10 current or former world champions, and it's a 2-division champion. Is the only 4 king to beat another 4 king. Let me stop before no one hits my link tonight. That man be looking for smoke. You might as well call it KO Locomotive, looking for smoke. T-Tibbs, what's good with it, fam? And I get it. Listen, you're entitled to your opinion. I ain't gonna tell you wrong, bro, but nah, Ryan is not trash. That's the type of thinking that got Devin chipped up. No disrespect to him. That's what got him chipped up. You got to explain, like, when we calling people trash, bro, explain to me how Ryan Garcia is trash. What's trash about him? What trash fighter did he lose to? You get what I'm saying? Like, we just be saying shit. Like, he lost the Tank and beat Devin Haney when a lot of people thought Devin was going to beat him. And we get the circumstances, but you get my point. 12 rounds was completed. He got his hand raised for that time being. So, I don't know. He fought 2 of them, man. Ryan ain't trash, bro. He just ain't as disciplined, as committed as some of these other fighters, and for that reason, he probably will always fall short to a degree. You know what I'm saying? Because of that, you know what I mean? So I don't know. Resume, though, LOL. Like, Broner is more popular than who's that? Usyk, but Usyk is more deserving of Hall of Fame. But then again, Rocky made it. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, yo. It's not about who more deserving, but think about what Broner did. Think about what Broner did. A lot of people won't do it. They try to downplay the division, him being a multi-division champion, but you can't. You might feel like he underachieved, but he still overachieved in a lot of senses, right? He did. Yeah, man, he definitely not trash, bro. Y'all tripping out, man, with the trash stuff, man. Boxing with 2-4 was good, bro. Ryan ain't trash. He just undisciplined, man. Undisciplined, man. Roy Jones vouched for that left hook, man. Roy Jones said that left hook is it. That left hook is legit, man. It's elite. I'm telling you, Ryan is a damn good fighter. He got the pedigree. He was boxing amongst them as an amateur. He just didn't go to the Olympics, but as an amateur, he got the same pedigree as some of these other dudes. Excuse me, he was right there in the mix. I don't understand where people get this Ryan is trash stuff. Where y'all get this from? Seriously, bro. Show me name me a fighter right now that'll just run through Ryan with ease. Just name the fighter. Name him. And from I don't even know what weight class he in, but I'll say 40. You know what I mean? None of them do. He'd give any of them dudes a good run for their money. I'm telling you, bro. Telling you. That dude got real speed, real power. Know what I mean? He brave, man. Ryan is more brave than what people give him credit for. That dude fought two guys that nobody would have thought he was going to fight. Tank being one, Devin Haney being the other one. You cannot knock that man and question him, yo. And look how he gave Tank some moments. Tank just too smart. Tank, you can tell that just was IQ. Tank was prepared. He was switched on. He was focused, dialed in, all that good stuff. But you can see it just had some little moments, right? Some little, you know, because it's Ryan Garcia. He gonna try, but ultimately, I just think Tank too smart for him. But then he had a chance to go up against a masterclass boxer. And yeah, I said it, masterclass boxer in Devin Haney. And he was able to have a lot of success in that fight. Now, the reason behind the success is, you know, we get it, but he did his thing, man, you know, aside from blowing it, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I don't think he trashed at all. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't think he trashed. Right? That's what we do. We can't do that. I mean, and I'm telling you, it's every fighter, y'all. It's every fighter. You name them. You name them. I'm surprised people ain't start complaining about Bam yet. I'm surprised people ain't start complaining about Bam. I think Bam the only one in the clear. You name it. Anyway, who he fought. Like, he got to fight in the States. Not to mention he fought in the States, I think about 3 times now. But you name them, bro. They don't like people. I'm convinced people don't like boxing. They just like complaining about boxing. And they got their favorites. And if you ain't their favorite, then they going to complain about everything you're doing. Tank, keep whooping ass. Keep doing your thing. Coach Calvin, Coach Kenny, man, keep winning. Y'all got the recipe, man. And they mad. And either way, you got them paying attention. So whether they there to support you and want to see you win, they there. Whether they want to, you know, hate on you, hate watch, and hoping to see you lose, they there. And they paying their money. You know what I mean? You just got to keep doing it. Amateurs, people were like the refs. Ryan, yeah, it was. Ryan should fight Blair next. I feel like Devin Haney should fight Blair next though, because Blair been on Devin Haney and Build top, bro. He won't let them. He won't let them breathe, bro. He won't let them breathe, man. But let's get to this, man. Mr. Empire was good with it, bro. Just had to set the table before I just got into this interview that got, you know, people you know, set the internet on fire a little bit with these comments from John Scully. Man, Tank, yeah, man, you know, Tank had a response immediately, man. Tank ain't playing no games. I told y'all, man, he in camp mode, better leave that man alone. Tank said, man, that big, strong ass goofy that he trained, not a Hall of Famer, and he's ass. he called Beterbiev big, strong, goofy. The Tank in fight mode, man. He ain't playing no games, bro. If you ain't saying nothing positive, he on your helmet, man. Do Ryan have a better pedigree than Devin Haney? Do he have a better? I don't know if he is better, but it's comparable. It's you know, it's like that. If anything, it ain't no, you know, one is up here, one down here. They relatively close in level, despite what people want to believe. I'm telling you. And if that wasn't the case, then, you know, fight would have played out a much different way. So I think people just in denial about Ryan. Not liking him is one thing, and I understand that because I don't care for him either, y'all, and I'm not even going to hold you. I don't care for the kid, especially as of lately, him and Teofimo, not the way they move, but that still don't, you know, I'm not blinded by the fact that he's talented and he can fight. And if Ryan was committed and actually making weight and dialed in and keeping the weight down all year round, nutritionist, like if he really dialed in, that should be a problem for a lot of people. That'd be a problem. I'm telling you, a lot of people probably just hoping that Ryan ain't gonna never be focused, because if he get more focused, he's gonna, I don't give a damn what nobody say, he's gonna get more dangerous because he brave. I'm telling you, he got heart and he'll get in there and fight. He ain't gonna lay down and he ain't gonna be scared. He gonna throw that left hook. And if you ain't careful, it's definitely gonna land. So I don't care what you say, man. The kid can fight. He's an idiot. So is T.O., but both of them damn idiots can fight, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, I love Bam Rodriguez. Cal Coolin, my guy, bless his family. Gertz was good with a little strong goofy versus big strong goofy. right. Tank got problems. He got anger issues. Yo, nobody even be saying that much to him, bro. Be hot. That's why I love it, though. It's funny to me. I love it. But let's get to this, man. Let's get to this interview. Let's hear what John Scully had to say, man.
1981, free TV. And I'm still in touch with some of the guys that fought. This was like in 1980. But I originally officially started boxing in 1982. And, you know, I never stopped. I went through the amateur program.
This is John Scully, by the way, y'all. This is the interview
I was training amateurs all during my professional career. And then you know, I transitioned over to training professionals.
Yeah, they should.
Plus doing the other things that you mentioned that I do.
It's crazy. You said you came up in the 60s and stuff like that. And
70,
boxing was like
70.
Me neither, Dante. I think people just be giving their opinions, but you know, boxing is an emotional sport. It's sensitive. I done heard fighters say it out their own mouth. They sensitive about their careers and they don't play them type of games. So Tank ain't no different, right? You know what I mean? He you know, he a little angry dude, man. We know this about him. A little angry dude. A little angry dude. Let's talk fashion. Remo, my God, what's good with it, bro? Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Y'all smashed the like button for you, bro. We're going to get to this, man. Let's hear what Mr. John Scully said, comments. Let's get to it.
70s, I'm sorry. Boxing was the biggest sport almost at that time. It was,
people that are fans today need to understand what it was like then. When I was a kid, between the ages of 10 and 18, say, I was watching every weekend on free television, on network. It was Channel 3, Channel 30, or NBC, ABC, and CBS. You were watching Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearns, Roberto Duran, Aaron Pryor, Larry Holmes. All of them were on free TV every single weekend. You know, Alexis Arguello fought Ray Mancini on CBS in 1981, free TV. That fight would be pay-per-view today, at least HBO. Back then, it was free TV. So I got exposed to all these top fighters, and you know, and it's a different era now. I think
real quick, just to stop it, he's saying something right. It's a different era. Listen, man, I love to hear about a good Sugar Ray, a good Tommy Hearns, a good Ray, you know, a good Marvin Hagler story. I like hearing about the era before. But one thing we got to start doing, and I hate it about the era before, they don't embrace the youth. I don't give a damn what they say. You see it in rap. You see it in basketball. You see it in boxing. They don't embrace the youth. They always talking about how it used to be. Like, get over it. It's never going to be how it used to be. There's way more money involved and people trying to get paid, man. They got to start acting like they know. There's so many other contributing factors. It'll never be how it used to be, yo. Dudes is trying to get paid, man. The days is over with. It's unfortunate, but they over with. But at the same time, if you embrace what you got, we got enough talent to make those type of fights right now. We just got to make the voices be heard and, man, put the pressure in the right areas so they can make the right fights. You know what I'm saying? I stay low key. What's good, fam? Yeah, little man syndrome for real. I'm telling you, Tank be on go for real. Hey, KO, you just don't know. Like, I can search stuff I won't say online, but you just don't know how on go, like how truthful that statement is. I'm telling you.
Kid now, I wouldn't even find boxing. I wouldn't even know about it.
Yeah, no, that's a good point, because boxing now, it's they don't have TV deals. The NFL has TV deals. The NBA, Major League Baseball. Boxing is kind of like on a independent type of movement, and they don't have as much support. So that makes a lot of sense.
Nah, real quick, and I'm trying not to keep stopping him. I'm gonna let him get to what he's saying, but that's a good question. Nah, it's not worse off to me. It's different. Boxing hacker is different. It ain't worse off. It's different, and it just seems like because people are so hung up and stuck on the golden years of boxing that they just can't get with and embrace what boxing is now. And if that's where we headed, you basically saying boxing ain't got no better since back in the day. It got worse. So athletes don't get better, stronger, faster, all that stuff. Like, none of that is a reality. You get what I'm saying? I think it's just a poor misrepresentation of what boxing is today, bro. It's not bad, man. We just politics weigh heavily, man. More heavily, I think, than they ever did, man. And again, with money being on the table the way it is, people gonna always consider that, man. So those days of, just saying if the best versus the best ain't gonna come without some issue. Because of that reason, people got their hands in the pot. Everybody want to get paid, man. People got plans. You got matchmakers carefully selecting fights. It's a lot going on. It's a lot. But we just blame the fighters for everything. And we know that unfortunately, they just not in control the way they should be. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think it's worse off. I just think it's different. And I think people just gotta accept that for what it is. And, you know, think about it. If we always focusing on what's wrong with boxing, you can never enjoy it. You will never enjoy it because it's the most, I think, imperfect sport that we got. It's the most imperfect sport. And then on top of that, too, boxing hacker, back then wasn't no social media. So now you got social media. So you got more voices being heard than ever before. You got the emergence of content creators. So you got boxing going on all day long. You get what I'm saying? Being discussed. And it's different, man. You hear so many different opinions out there, and a lot of it be negative, man, because a lot of people really don't like boxing. They just like arguing about it. You know what I mean? They like boxers. So that's what's going on. This shit is just different. And you gotta put it in its proper perspective and context that really enjoy it. Can't just say, oh man, ain't nobody fighting. In my day, you know, Sugar Ray fought this one, man. We don't want to keep hearing about your day. You know what I mean? We got to focus on who the next Sugar Ray now. You know what I'm saying? Who's the absolute best talent we got in every division, and they all should be fighting each other. That should be the focus, because you can't go back to yesteryear. You just can't do it. So you got to focus on what we got going on right now. It's just that simple. You know what I mean? But some people just stuck in the past, and I get it. I guess it was a beautiful time to be a boxing fan when it looked like the best was always fighting the best. But I don't give a damn what nobody say. It always with some politics and some underhanded stuff going on, as long as I can remember, as long as I've been watching boxing anyway. But let's get back to this, man. Magazines will wait to the broadcast and know who fighting. You get what I'm saying? It just, the opinion wasn't there. Along came social media, and then it just gave everybody a voice. You get what I'm saying? So it'd be so much going on in it. And for whatever reason, for one reason or another, negativity just spreads so much faster than positivity. It just spreads so much faster. And that's what you got with boxing, especially when you got, you know, the people that competed in the era or eras before speaking so negatively about the sport. Like, you know, it just kill it for the new boxing fans. They keep talking about how good it was back then and how it's not good now. Now, I think boxing is in a good space. We just not embracing it enough. We're not highlighting what's good with it. We just complaining about how it ain't how it used to be when everything changes. So boxing evolved, and some people way of thinking just haven't evolved with it. And that's just what that's how I see it. You know what I mean? Back in the day, you need bars to be able to win battle raps, to be a popular rapper. Now you just need to make niggas dance. Right. Damon, what it do, my guy? Boxing of yesterday, most of the I broke. It's different now. You get me? Dudes like, man, it's just so different. It's different, man. That like dudes trying to make it out with that bag. And sometimes I think certain moves are going to be made to ensure that bag gets made, bro. And it's life after boxing. You get what I'm saying? That's what people don't consider either, man. So it's a loaded conversation, but I think boxing is in a good space. It could always be better, but you could say that at any given point, damn near, in boxing, man. It's always going to be something wrong. The real Infinite was good. Let's get back to this, though, man.
Well, and here's the thing. Here's how you can tell. Here's when I'll give you two examples. Number one, back in the day when I was a kid, anyone
told you
who the heavyweight champion was. And everybody knew. Everybody knew Muhammad Ali was the champion. And they knew Larry Holmes was champion. And they knew Tyson was champion. I don't even know who's champion today. Like, some of these guys, they say, like, I'll read.
And see, I'm trying not to stop it, but that's silly, though. Because if you don't know who the champions are today, it's like saying you're not paying attention, because you've been around long enough to know what the sanctioning bodies are, which ones matter, and you from there, it's not that hard. Like, especially when you in the know, somebody that been in, but it's not that hard to keep up with it. It could get a little confusing with all the, you know, wild ass titles and different belts, but we know the ones that really matter. It's not that hard to figure out who the champions are, bro.
Thing where they say, oh, so and so is the WBA heavyweight champion. I'm like, what? When did this happen? I didn't even know this guy existed. You know, guys, I was at the WBC convention like 12 years ago in Mexico. And they introduced this guy. I didn't remember his name, and I don't want to say anybody's name anyway, but I remember they said he's like the heavyweight champ. And I'm like, this is insane. I don't even know who this guy is. You know, back in the day, I knew who everybody was. And say middleweights today, and I'm a fan. I'm a fan of boxing, right? Mm-hmm. I couldn't tell you.
If you're a fan of boxing, then you follow the sport enough to at least know who the champions are. It's not that hard to do. All you gotta do is watch it. Like, I don't understand. Like, that's like you on one end, it make me feel like you don't watch it. Then on another end, you saying you're a fan, but you don't know who the champions are. I understand. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. This you got more avenues and access to information now. You got more ways to find out who the champion. Like, it's very easy to figure that out. So maybe he just don't do his homework or something. I don't know. Teach what's good with it, bro.
If you held the gun to my head right now and said, name 3 middleweights right now, I could not do it. But you know what I can do? I can tell you 1985, Tommy Hearns, Roberto Duran, Marvin Hagler.
I told you, yo. I told you.
Mustafa Hamsho, Juan Domingo Roldan. They were all middleweight. Curtis Parker. You know what I mean? James Schuler. I could name all of them. I could name 30 of them. Today, I can't even name 1 or 2.
No, it makes a lot of
sense. But can you really be a real fan of the sport? I'm not trying to say that he's not, but how much are you following the sport currently if you can't name a single middleweight, 1 or 2 middleweights? That's not saying nothing crazy. Like, what? You can't name no middleweights? You're not really watching then. Yeah, you might don't got no Marvin Haglers and Sugar Rays, man, but you got other fighters out there, man. You got dudes that's competing, man. To not know none of them is just, I don't know. That's strange, man. That's strange. The old days, Slim Charles from the wild. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, think about the old days is they the old days, man. Facts, bro. Sounds like a fan of the era, of an era. That's what it seemed like, right? Mark West was good with it. Back to the Future. I'm telling you, they don't like this younger era, bro. They just don't embrace it properly, bro. And that's what I see every time, it seems like an era pass, a new era get ushered in. It's always a disconnect with the current era, and it seemed like the one before it. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. Instead of embracing, some of the guys be getting behind the new era, but some of these dudes just sound like they stuck. Not saying that I don't want to just say that they hating, but they're just stuck in the past, it seemed like.
The guy that I think at the IBF.
Back in my day, in 1985, bro, it's 2024, bro. We about to be in 2025.
You know what I'm talking about, just.
He talking about 85,
after Canelo vacated the belt, he became the mandatory. I think it's Scott. I'm not 100% sure.
40 years.
But no, you're right. I mean, and it hurts boxers in regards, especially their pockets, because they're not frequently seen on network TV. There's no base like basketball players, NFL players. That's where they get paid over TV deals, you know.
And not just that, they're not fighting. Nobody's fighting. You don't. Back in the day, you saw guys, a middleweight contender. He's ranked number 7. He's a good fighter. He's not world champion, but he's a good fighter. He's fighting 7 times a year. He's fighting in his hometown at least twice. They don't have that anymore. I mean, we used to have shows when I was a kid. They had shows.
That shit not sustainable no more, especially if you at the elite level. To be fighting 7 times a year, that shit don't happen. That's happening when you a prospect, when you young and get moved. You know what I mean? Up the ladder and they moving you fast, keeping you busy like that. But you ain't seeing no elite level fighters of today fighting no damn 7 times a year. Like, that shit is not happening. That's the problem. Like, think about the condition of the fighters that they'd be in if they was running around here fighting 7 times a year. It sound good in hindsight. And I don't know what the hell they was on back in the day to do some of the shit they was doing with all them fights, but that shit is not a reality. That's not sustainable right now at all. And there would be no longevity in that. Dudes would be all types of beat up if that was the case.
In Hartford, Connecticut, all the time.
That's at least how I see it anyway.
Now, they haven't had a show in Hartford, I think maybe in the last 20 years, maybe 2, maybe 1 I know for sure, maybe 2. They don't do shows. They don't do
he said it when well.
You remember, like, I don't know if you're old enough, but like Vinny Pazienza. When Vinny Pazienza was coming up, right? He started drawing such crowds. He drew. This is a famous story in New England. He drew 16,000 people for a 10-round fight to the Providence Civic Center in a blizzard.
Jameson,
okay? 16,000 people. It was a blizzard. It was not for the World 10. He drew those fans.
Hey, that's a good point, Boxing Hacker. That's what I'm saying. Stuff changed, man. Like, people see the punishment that these dudes took, and although you enjoy the careers and the fights and all that good stuff, the guts and the glory, drag them out type of fights, we love them. But at the end of the day, man, like you said, there's a lot of dudes sitting around right now that can't really even talk right. You know what I'm saying? So guys are trying to find another way to you know, be successful, be champions, make money, and have some longevity in the sport, and as well as life after boxing. And you just can't do that being He-Man the whole time. You know what I'm saying? I get it, but shit, you never got too much, right? Teach is always that too. You know what I mean? Samuel, what it do, my guy? You know what I mean? I don't think these dudes is making that much so early that's what's happening. Ace, what's good, bro? I just think from a physical standpoint, I think it'd just be tough to maintain. You know what I mean? But he still got on. Right, Jeff was good with it. But I get you. Good point, though.
Nobody's doing that today. They aren't building. There's no such thing as, you know, back in the day, they put posters up in stores.
What up?
A fight poster. You know, the drugstore had it. The convenience store had it. They put them. I used to put them.
Now we got the internet, though.
I used to put them on the bus stop.
Somebody got to tell OG we got the internet. You don't got to take a walk and go to the bus stop and do all. You got the internet, boy. You could type somebody's name and everything come up. Like, what are you talking about? All I'm just saying is there got to be a disconnect because you're so used to the way it used to be, the way you used to go about accessing information, that you refuse to see that it's right in the tip of your hand. I know you got a cell phone. I know you got a cell phone. You know you got internet access, bro. You got all the information you can need. So that's just being lazy, man. And again, I'm very respectful. I just think not that he's not a fan, but he's stuck in the past a little bit. You know what I mean? He's stuck in his year. I told you this is my first time hearing this with y'all. He went right back to 85. Bro went back damn near 40 years on us, bro. Quick, like back in 85, bro. We in 2024. G, you chill out. This John Scully, Cal Cooley, the guy that made the comments about Tank not being a Hall of Famer. I'm trying to let it play up until that point. I don't know exactly when he said it because this is my first time listening to this with y'all. So yeah, bear with me, but let's get back to it. I think just OG got to catch up a little bit. That's all. He talking about going to the bus stops and what he say? The drugstore. What he just say? Like, bro, what? Man, you can see boxing everywhere. And it's on all day, bro. Because of the emergence of content creators, bro, we on here every day talking about boxing. You could go find some out every day if you really paying attention. It's in your face. It's like you gotta at this point. You just gotta be avoiding it. Like it's so much information out there, and it's so easy to access it. He got an Instagram. Well, he can't. Nah, he ain't. This man got an Instagram, bro. I don't understand why he sound like he lost like that. But he ain't. Lundy and Thomas Delorme. Yeah, no, those was good. Those was good wins at the time too. Both of them.
So everybody who got on the bus, thousands of people over the course of months.
He talking about the bus.
Everybody saw
we got the internet. This man talking about the bus, yeah.
I haven't seen a fight poster, a physical fight poster. I haven't seen a poster in 20 years.
Man, nah, you cat, bro. How you ain't saying no? I even see fight posters. Now you going too far, OG. I be seeing fight posters, bro. You see stuff, they still do that. They still got the billboards and shit up with the fights, promoting the fights. What are you talking about? Man, nah, I don't know. He tripping, man. It just don't look like what it used to look like to him, so OG ain't satisfied. He like, man, take me back to yesteryear, man. I ain't with none of this new stuff, none of this technologies. He said, what's the internet? What's Instagram? Like he don't got one. Like, bro, you can't be that far out the loop. That's information the minute you open it up. Instagram will put something in your face that you're not even looking for. Man.
Speaking of like, big fights and everything, right? We got the biggest fight for boxing fans coming up, and you're going to be there. I know you guys are leaving soon. I think the real boxing fans are calling this the fight of the year, and it's Beterbiev versus Bevo. And, I've never seen everybody's calling it 50-50. I went back and forth on it. Ultimately I come down to Beterbiev stopping him because I just can't see Beterbiev stop attacking like he's a monster. What stands out to Beterbiev for you? Like what's so special about him?
I always say I think mentality. Mentality drives everything. He's fearless. He doesn't fear anyone. He would fight anyone on earth. Like anyone. Sometimes you'll see fans that are like, oh, so and so scared. I mean, believe me, if a fight doesn't happen with Artur, it's not because he was scared of anybody. Like it's kind of funny, but he's not a boxing fan. He's not scared of people. Partially, probably because he doesn't know anybody. Like he doesn't watch boxing. He doesn't know. He knows Bivol because they're both Russian and they sparred once years ago. But Joe Smith and guys like that he fought, he didn't know who they were until he found out he was fighting them. So he's not afraid. He doesn't care.
It could. They are missing some. They missing some marks for sure. They are. But it's more ways. But like just to not know no middleweights and nothing at all, like it's kind of hard not to do that. You almost gotta not watch it. You get what I'm saying? To not know none of them. Like, damn, like, it's a couple that come right to mind, right off the top of my head, So I don't know. Maybe he just like I think it just boils down to his preference and him not being a fan of the way things are today. And because he don't see it in the fashion that it once was presented in, boxing is presented in a much different facet and is much different, avenues to gain access to information. I think he just maybe sound like a little objective to that. Like he just wanted to be the way it used to be. Like he wanted to be able to take a walk and see it in the bus stop or whatever it is he talking about. He trying to go back down memory lane, bro. OG having flashbacks, man. He living in the past, OG, man. You better turn on Instagrams. You better go log into your Instagrams. You better go get on X, aka Twitter. You know what I mean? And see what the troll. You better go find out research what a troll is, man. Catch up a little bit, bro. Catch up just a little bit. Shout out to my guy Damon, J Bean Boxing, the band Johnny Bag, Diamonds, Lara. Charlo, one of the top middleweights for years. He was the WBC champion for the longest. So it's just hard not to know that. Even if he ain't fought in years, you still know that though. Like, so I don't know. But like I said, I just think it's unintentional. I think he just like it the way it used to be. You remember in them old days.
He says, I always tell a story, quick story. This is all encompassing. If you want an answer to the question, here's the answer. He fights Joe Smith on Saturday, wins the unified.
Bro said, why Tank never done major drug testing? Yo, you can't be serious.
The title. Goes home on Sunday. Monday morning, 7 o'clock. He's in the gym, beating the tire on the wall with sledgehammers. I have it on video. I have it on my phone. He's beating that it was 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. So that means he had to get up at 6:15 to get ready to go over to the gym to do this. He's beating the tires. And I don't know if you know what that means, but it's a very difficult exercise. Why he was doing that at 7. So I asked him a couple months later when I saw him, I said, man, so, it's like 2 days after the fight, why were you there at the gym? And he looked at it, he's like, well, that's what I do. Like I train. Like the idea that he wouldn't do that was foreign to him. He didn't understand why I thought it was unusual. Damn, 100%.
I mean, the world is looking forward to this fight, and I know if I'm not sure.
You must don't be paying attention, bro. He got me tripping with the drug test and stuff. You ain't never see get the blood taken after the fight. You ain't never see him with the bandage over his arm. You ain't never see Tank drugged. That's crazy. You missing it, bro.
Yeah, he made it happen, correct? If I'm not mistaken.
Oh my God.
Hello, you hear me?
Right, I believe, he's the one that okayed it or whatever, how it goes.
Yeah, refinance or whatever, but his impact and him trying to make these big fights is one of the reasons that it's,
Yeah, I hear you now, yeah.
Oh, you hear me now? Bivol, I like Bivol a lot.
He just now got the undisputed and he 40. I'm not slighting him, but if you mad at Tank talking about he about to be 30 and he ain't did this and that, just put this in perspective. This dude is about to be 40 and they just got to that undisputed fight. He got several guys on his resume that none of y'all would even know if we doing that. And I'm pretty sure people won't have no argument if his coach sat up here and said he was in the Hall of Fame.
He's stopped all his opponents. Bivol is he's undefeated.
Beterbiev.
I'm sorry.
That difference is what Beterbiev. No, it's no slight. He been at 75. Tank started at 26. Been in 4 different weight classes, snatching up championship titles, beating up much bigger guys. Like, I don't know, man. Being one of the faces of boxing, it's hard to ignore what he doing. Talking about knockouts, he knocked out most of them. He ain't got to knock them all out. Now he don't have 100% KO ratio, so you could get that out of here now. You get what I'm saying? Welcome to the club. But Tank's still doing this shit at a high level, man. He did it through multiple weight classes. It's hard to ignore that because of some damn titles, man.
What problems does Bivol pose for Beterbiev? And do you feel like he can get a stoppage in that fight?
Excuse me, y'all.
I think Bivol's very smart. But, you know, let me just preface it like saying like this. We're all accustomed to Adrian Broner. We're accustomed to people before the fights. They spend 2 months telling you how horrible the other guy is, right? This guy's terrible on fighting. I'm going to, you know, he's this, he's that. It's stupid. It's really stupid. Like if you beat the guy, why would you get praise for beating a guy you just spent 2 months telling us was horrible? You know?
GQ getting a little loose, ain't you? After the fight. Well, I definitely don't let people refer to me as no N-word, as they said. I definitely don't do that. Lonnie Lee, my brother, what's good with it, Lonnie? How you feeling? Man, look, you on the witch hunt, bro. I was entertaining and laughing at it. I was just seeing that little comment. But look, check this out. If you feel like Tank ain't drug testing, then you're lost in the sauce, bro. You're lost. Like, period. Like, before, like you looking for something. Like, you definitely looking. But you looking for something. I'm trying to tell you, like, that's really, like, anybody in here would know that that's not even a conversation. You get what I'm saying? That dude got too much on the line to be running around here cheating, bro. You know what I'm saying? He ain't that foolish. You get what I'm saying? Think about it, bro. Like, come on, man. We gotta be smarter than that.
Like, it's unrealistic. Bivol is excellent. He's a master boxer. He's very skilled. He puts combinations together. You know, he's very smart. He's all that. Artur is too. Each guy has a plan they have to implement. It would be like Joe Frazier against Muhammad Ali. It doesn't take a genius to tell you what each guy would need to do to win that fight, right? And the first fight, they really counted. Joe did his thing. He negated Ali's advantages. That's in fights like this. That's what it comes down to. Who's going to do that?
What do you feel like are Beterbiev's advantages over Bivol?
I think he's much stronger. I mean, you know, clearly much stronger, much bigger. You know, there was a point not long ago when Bivol was saying and talking about possibly moving down to 168.
Yeah,
there was some fields that sit within reach. That's not Artur could never.
Matt McQueen was good with it, bro.
Go down. You know, as an amateur, Artur fought 201 in the World Championships and was beating people, good people. So he's much bigger. He's obviously much stronger. That's not a debate. He's much stronger. His power is off the charts. You know, I talked to all the guys for the last 8 years.
He ain't telling us nothing that we don't already know. You just say power. He's bigger and stronger.
Physical advantages that no amount of training on Bivol's part. Like I saw a thing the other day where he was doing. It's almost like he was trying to imitate Artur. Like they showed this video.
2013.
Like Artur would do it. I'm saying, listen. In this regard, it would be like doing a video to show how fast you are when you're fighting Roy Jones in a couple weeks. You know, like you're not faster than Roy Jones. So whatever you show me is not going to be as impressive as if Roy showed it to me. If Bivol thinks he's going to match strength, I think he's mistaken. I think that's a big issue. That's a big problem for him.
When I seen him fight Canelo Bivol, he wasn't as aggressive as he was in the fights after that. And what I mean by that is in his other fights, he attacked. He was a little, in the beginning of the fight, he respected Canelo's power. And clearly, Beterbiev is a lot stronger than Canelo. The difference is Canelo kind of gassed. He took over the fight. And he was very hesitant. He was taking a lot of shots to the arms. He wasn't as active. Do you think Beterbiev does that and more because of how hesitant? You know, he respected Canelo. He has to respect Beterbiev. Do you feel like he's going to come up with that same type of approach?
Right. I mean, you know what? Even if, boxing is the ultimate truth teller, right? Mm-hmm. You can go to a fight for 8 weeks. You can train. Like he could, hypothetically, he could say, you know what? I'm going to go right to Artur. I'm going to mix it up with him. I'm going to show him that I'm strong too. Yeah. And he could do that for 8 weeks, preparing for this moment. And as soon as he gets in there and he feels that power, all that goes out the window. You know what I mean? Like, you got to come back to reality. And like I say, with Ali and Frazier, sometimes there's no mystery. There's certain things you can't do against a certain guy that you could do with a million other guys. Mm-hmm. Artur's not that guy. You're not going to match strength with him. You're not going to match power with him. It'd be foolish to try and go that route. I know he may do it.
Shout out to you,
he'll do it like as maybe a kamikaze ambush. Let's do something they would never expect us to do. But Artur would obviously welcome that. So I think he knows not to do that.
Is there any truth to the winner of this fight? Benavidez is next, or that's just all talk right now?
To be honest, I haven't heard that. I'll tell you one thing. In 8 years with Artur, I've never ever heard anyone in the gym talk about any fight other than the one we had coming up. It's never been discussed. Oh man, Artur, if you win this one, you're gonna fight this guy. Like, it's never, not once has it ever been discussed.
Hurry up and get to your comments,
John.
Man.
A lot of people are motivated by money.
Johnny,
and everybody knows who the cash cow is. And he was talking about fighting. If Bivol gets past Beterbiev, Canelo fighting him. If Beterbiev were to go out and beat Bivol, would that be on the table? Do you think Canelo would actually go up to 175?
No, man. Where y'all been at? No, he ain't doing that. No.
Beterbiev.
I don't think so. I don't think so. And it's not insulting to him at all. Like, I don't blame him in any way, because when he moved up to light heavy, you got to remember, he moved up. He ain't
going up there messing with them boys no more.
And now everybody's really high on Bivol, and I get that. At the time, everybody thought Canelo was going to beat Bivol. People forget that. They all thought, everybody on earth thought he was going to win that fight. That was an upset. When he fought Kovalev, people said, he beat Kovalev. I said, listen, don't forget, he had a contract clause where Kovalev couldn't gain. I think he was restricted to no more than 10 pounds after the weigh. Now, that's insane. Like, if you tell a guy who's been training, one of the major factors that prepares a fighter is he trains all these weeks, he's miserable, he hates life, but he knows as soon as the weigh-in's over, I'm going to get to replenish myself, and I'm going to feel like
something with I think elevated testosterone levels or something like that would better be $1
million. The guy never got the chance to do that. So Canelo is a businessman in that regard. Yeah. So that's a very hollow win. He obviously avoided Artur. Like, no question. And like I say, I'm not insulting him because I don't blame him. He's not big enough or strong enough to fight Artur.
So let's say he was. Would Artur be willing to take something like that where there was a hydration clause? Because, I mean, let's be real. Canelo brings in that type of money. He's not motivated by money like that.
Right. I don't think Artur would do that. No, I don't think he would compromise.
He's all about, they need to bring Friday night fights back.
A day, 2
all
days
things,
after
my guy was good, bro.
Up in the gym. He's all about being prepared and things like that. I don't think, if he asked me my advice, which he probably wouldn't, but if he did, I would say I would.
Was good, fans.
That's crazy. Because if you lose under those circumstances, like I guarantee you, people listening to a great amount of people who are listening to this didn't know that Kovalev had that weight clause. I didn't know for the fight. Right? They had no idea. Well, there you go. You didn't know, right? So all people are going to remember is the victory. They're not going to know. Remember, people forget and this too. Like when Sugar Ray Leonard,
Kovalev looked like he threw that fight with Canelo
for the light heavyweight title. It was also for the super middleweight title. They made Donnie get down to 168 for the fight. Mm-hmm. So Donnie was light heavyweight champion. He had to get down to 168 for the fight, and they made the winner, which was Ray. He won 2 titles. He won the super middleweight and the light heavyweight titles in that fight. I mean, Ray's my friend, and Donnie is too, but That's insane. That's insane. But that's what people have to do to get the biggest payday of their career sometimes.
I got a question. My buddy Eric Moon, he fights at 168 pounds. He said he went to Russia to fight one of the Russian fighters, and he stated he knows now why a lot of the American fighters avoid the Russian fighters. It's a different ball game. Is there a difference between the way the Russian fighters?
Hey, look how he threw it. Badu Jack said it too.
And is that statement accurate?
Yeah, the vodka, the weight clause, the quick turnaround at McQueen. He had the legal troubles. He needed the money. I just don't think he was trying. He looked like he was pulling his punches, man. That's just me. You know what I mean? He really looked like he wasn't trying to hurt Canelo. It just was the oddest fight I ever seen from Kovalev. And still to this day, I haven't seen any fight that quite compares with how that fight looked from a visual standpoint. I couldn't believe. I was like, what the hell is he doing? I just felt weird. And then when I seen Badu Jack, somebody that actually boxed, come out here and say, man, that fight like it was fixed something. I was like, I feel much better knowing the damn boxer said it. Cause I know I was watching that. Like, what the hell is going on? He said 175 stops better. Shout out to GX TV, man. Make sure you smash the like button, sub to the channel, man. But let's get back to
That's what he said.
This is almost over, so I'm guessing he about to make his comments.
I think it's a different. I've said this
Damn,
many
if
times.
I'd have known that, fast forward to the end.
I think it's a different mentality that they bring. Like I was saying about Artur, they're not motivated by money, jewelry, Lamborghinis, that type of stuff doesn't motivate. And I always remember, I give an example. This is an all-encompassing, and this is what they're facing. Yeah. Years ago, and I forget who it was, because if you remember, there was a bunch of Russian heavyweight champions at one time. There was Chagay.
Yeah, you're right, Al, but it looks sus.
And these different guys. And one of them was fighting an American. I forget who, but they were fighting an American. And I remember the American went first, and he spent 10 minutes talking about how he's from the hood, and this is how we grew up, and we grew up tough, and blah 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 blah, right? And everybody's, oh yeah, he's a rough guy, And the Russian guy got up, and he's like, he wasn't being funny or anything. He's just like, I grew up very poor too, and let me say, Russian ghettos and American ghettos are like comparable from Compton to Beverly Hills. Like your ghettos are like Beverly Hills compared to us. Like we have you live in a ghetto and you still have a car and you have a TV. We live in ghettos. We have nothing. We're hoping we get food.
Yeah, that's just poverty,
and
though, bro.
That,
like it's super
another
poverty.
Guy I met from Croatia. He actually came here to spar with Artur, and we were having a discussion, and I mentioned welfare to him. I don't know why it came up in conversation, but he goes, welfare. I thought all countries had welfare. I didn't know. And he said, I mentioned welfare, and he goes, oh, what is welfare? I go, like when the government gives you money if you're struggling, and he goes, and he's like, no.
I think I like the tone of this conversation, sir.
Goes,
sorry,
if we need food. If we're out of food, he gave me 3 choices. He said, we either get it from a family member, we steal it from someone, or we kill someone. And I'm looking at him like, and he said it like, oh, that's just what we do. And I'm like, kill someone. What? and I'll give the mentality.
Patterson
right?
was good, bro.
This was his mentality in the ring as well. But he mentioned that one of the guys in the gym, he didn't like the guy. He goes, all right, I don't like this guy. So I go, why not? What's wrong with him? He's all right. He goes, he's always smiling and laughing. And I go, yeah. He didn't realize I was making fun. I was like, yeah, it's crazy, right? So he didn't like the guy because the guy presented a happy person.
That's wild.
I guess where he's from, there's not a lot of reason to be happy. So
shout out
they bring up, there's certain people in the eastern part of the world, Eastern Bloc countries, they're not interested in the next gold chain, the next
704
iPhone.
Joe.
You know what I mean? They don't care about any of that. Like, they want you dead because they need to make money for the family. You know what I mean?
Insane.
It's a different mentality. A lot of these kids, I'll tell you a funny story. Even in 1994, I was at Foxwoods Casino, and I was in charge of the American amateur team
38
and the Cuban amateur team. They were fighting each other. So We went to pick up the Americans first on the bus.
1985. In 1994. He ain't said shit about 2020. Bro, we in 2024, bro. Damn, he living in past. Them days was good. Take me back to 85. I wasn't even born in 85. Damn it. 1985.
They get on the bus.
We had Sugar
Ray.
Ray.
The Cubans first. The Cubans get on the bus, and they were singing. I'm talking about Savon was there. Errol Hernandez was there. All these great fighters were there. And they get on the bus.
Nah, for sure. Real Infinite. I don't refute nothing he said about
down.
Russia. I don't want nothing to do with what he talking about.
The entire trip back to the casino, right? Like 2 hours later, we go pick up the Americans. These guys get off the plane. They come on the bus. They're laughing and they're high-fiving each other and they're throwing stuff at each other, right? And I looked at the guy with me. I said, "We're gonna get killed."
Wow.
We're gonna get killed. And I remember the Americans. They lost 10 fights to 2. 10 fights to 2.
It's funny.
As soon as we got on the bus, I saw it.
It's funny you mentioned that because I feel like it's translated to a lot of the big American fighters today. They don't even. I mean, let's be honest. Gervonta Davis, he's supposed to fight apparently Lamont Roach.
Oh, time, damn it! Whole interview. I'd have slapped somebody for this.
Like, he's not fighting any of the champions. He's not unified, and people still have him as a top pound for pound fighter.
Oh my god!
If Gervonta Davis would have retired today, would he be considered a Hall of Famer in your eyes?
No. And you know what? Because I mean, probably in this era and the way they do things, probably. You know, but for me, the Hall of Fame has always been the elite of the elites. You know, I mean, you're talking.
What the hell is Tank?
Robinson. You're talking Henry Armstrong, Joe Louis. You're talking Sugar Ray Leonard. You know,
you talking Rocky Balboa.
Again, I don't want to say any names, but there are guys in the Hall of Fame. Absolutely, positively, there's no way on earth they should be in the Hall of Fame. Zero. And by the same regard, Marlon Starling. I remember Marlon Starling. He was welterweight champion twice. He's the first guy. He beat Mark Breland when Mark Breland was unbeatable.
When that happened, 72.
Lloyd Hunnigan after Lloyd Hunnigan.
What year was that?
Curry.
What year was that? 83.
Better competition in 10-round fights, in non-title fights, than most champions do today. I could give you a list of 15 guys that Marlon Starling beat in his career that were undefeated, that were killers, that were contenders. Marlon Starling is not even on the ballot for the Hall of Fame. He's not on the ballot. Something is wrong.
Ice Man, I'm gonna leave you with this because I know you have to leave. If Norris wants to get in a quick word, after me, you know.
Oh, there you go. He said, by today's standards, yeah, maybe the way they doing stuff. So he tried to justify, like, kind of clean it up about if he'll make it into the Hall of Fame. The point is, or should I say, the problem I think that some of these older guys have is trying to compare eras and trying to, I don't almost kind of mesh the way it used to be, you know what I mean, and force it to be like, it can't be like that. It's not like that now. So it's just like, you can't say he what if he fought in this era? He fighting this current one now. So what is he doing now? You get what I'm saying? That's the problem. You try to compare eras and you feel like the fighters of today don't come close to the fighters of yesteryear, but it's just a stupid argument because you would never know. They fought when they fought and they were the guys at their time. These are the guys that fight now. Undoubtedly, Tank is just one of those guys. He's been showing it through a multiple weight classes. I don't understand the problem. And that's just me, man. I just enjoy the boxing, man. I don't understand how you missing it. So you can't compare them. You can't keep saying this era, that era. We're in this current era, right? And in this current era, he's doing what he's supposed to be. He's just one of the top guys. There's no denying that. It's no other way to justify it. If you say, for everybody you say he not fighting, I could show you 2 people that they not fighting. So it's a matter of those top tier talents getting there with each other. But just because they haven't fought each other yet, don't mean they haven't done anything at all. The problem is they try to reduce his career to just 135 alone. Like I said, you gotta You got to move it around a little bit. You get what I'm saying? He bounced around a little bit. So I don't know. It's just not a big deal. It's all subjective anyway. It's just his opinion, and I get it. But just listening to how he set up, you know, how he made his statement, it sounds like you're looking at how it used to be, and you're using the standards of yesteryear to apply them to today's boxing. And I think that's where the disconnect is coming. Like you got to grow with the times. You know what I'm saying? Boxing elevated since back then, and you got to grow with it. You know what I'm saying? And you got to look at it like not if he would have been one of the best guys back then, because you just don't know. We would never be able to find that out. But what can we find out? If he's one of the best guys now, and so far through the 30 fights that he's had, he's proven it. He still got more to prove, and it's not over yet. But you know what I'm saying? You got guys discussing whether or not he in the Hall of Fame, and he's 29. So shit, yeah, you put me in the sport, and at the age of 29, you discussing Hall of Fame, man. I say I'm working with house money, man. I say I'm in good. Be in Boxing News. What's good, bro? Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. I think did Bruce Gas have him on? Somebody had him on. No, Q had him on. Q had Marlon Starling on his show. I'm judging this from the past characteristics. I'm judging from the past characteristics. A person like Bud is a Hall of Famer. Yeah, for sure. Rude exposure. My guy said Sylvester Stallone in the Hall of Fame. Why not Tank? That's what I said. That's the first thing I said. Zach B was good with it. Just they say that because every interview they managed to bring up Tank more than they do the fight at his fight. And I was saying that too. Fighters are being made to be jealous and snap back. I would get pissed too. Yeah, facts. William Old School, my brother. How you feeling? I mean, yeah, I think so too. Mike, because I think he got a fighter's mentality. You get what I'm saying? I think he got a fighter's mentality. I think he would be fine, honestly, in any era. But I think what we could look at now is the era that he is competing in currently. And when you assess everybody that's there, you got to say that he's just one of the top guys, one of the driving faces of the sport. And he must see TV. You know what I mean? Cash cow. But it's funny how they just basically shitted on American fighters. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much shitted on American fighters, man. So I don't know. Interesting though. Interesting top discussion though, nonetheless. You know, shout out to John Scully, man. Always a good topic when it's about Tank, but I don't know, man. I think he just got a lot more to prove before it's all said and done. I think he can make some, you know, I think he can do some damage, you know what I mean, with these next handful of fights or so. So we'll see. We'll see. But I don't know. It's hard to say what he not when you see guys that are every bit as accomplished, like KO was saying earlier in the stream when he came through with losses. You see guys that are in it, you know what I mean, same as our accolades with losses, and that's the only difference. He must see TV, he got the numbers, he breaking them numbers, he well known. It's a number, he check a number of different boxes. I think people just solely focus on resume and they like, nah, he ain't beat nobody that get you in the Hall of Fame. I get it, but I think it's more to it than that. I think you just got to know the criteria for real. You know what I'm saying? You got to know the criteria at the end of the day. But I always felt like a Hall of Fame conversation is better suited after a fighter retires. And that's what I'm always going to stand on. It's always a cool discussion, but I think at the end of the day, it's a premature discussion. I mean, you could say hypothetically, right? Maybe if we retire right now, shit, I would probably we would get in now. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I was listening to OG Cook on it. He made a great point when he said Hall of Fame. Like that's something that he's well known amongst boxing. Like, you get what I'm saying? Even when he's not the topic of discussion, he ends up being a topic of discussion. And they usually use him to springboard some type of negative stereotype, whether it's about American fighters or just fighters in general, and try to use him as a talking point to say what he's not doing and how Buddy ass. You know what? I'm telling y'all, most of these people, y'all be surprised. Now I ain't gonna say most. A lot of these people with voices don't really be watching boxing like that, man. They don't be watching. You listen to them closely, they don't really be watching. That's why they be using them same weak ass talking points. If you're gonna say who he fighting and complain and say he not fighting the champions, you gotta at least highlight why he not fighting the champions. You can't just say he not fighting them and he fighting this dude, but none of the champions. That's weak, man. So Sound like Buddy ass ain't do his homework, man. Either he ain't do his homework, or he just conveniently ignoring the facts to make his point that he ain't fight one of the champions. I hate that. I hate that argument, man. Hall of Fame is nonsense. Possibly. No. He's in the Hall of Fame for sure, but everything right now is just some simple bullying to make his next fight after Roach to be a guaranteed banger. Yeah, man. I think people just mad, and I think once this fight is over with and he give them something they want, they'll shut up. Nerd was good. The Colbert fight was fishy, just like that Barrios fight with the rehydration clause and shit. Nope. I mean, they both had hydration clauses, but obviously, when you 5'5" and you fighting a 6-foot guy, undefeated, talking about how strong he is and how he got knockout power and all this, you don't get to complain after you signed the contract. The rehydration is not in effect to make a guy weak, but to ensure that a guy doesn't blow up multiple weight classes above what they weighed in at. So you don't want your first time, if you 5'5", the first time you're fighting at 140, when you struggling to make the weight to begin with, you struggling to make the weight. I hope people know the man that couldn't even get to 140 if he wanted to before the fight. I don't know, man. It's just something to complain about. It's a small guy. He made sure that when you fighting for the first time at 140 and you 5'5", you ain't fighting a damn super middleweight. You get what I'm saying? That's all that is, man. I think people just need to rethink that whole rehydration stuff and stop thinking it's in an effort to be a big advantage for one guy or the other. That's not the case. I'm telling you, just look at, all you gotta do is look it up and make sense out of it. You know what I'm saying? Really doing that. That's what I'm saying. Thomas, they don't get it, bro. You talking about a dude that arguably could be at 130, arguably, right? And he jumping up to 140, fighting a 6-foot undefeated Barrios. And the only thing we get from it is the reason he lost, because, Barrios didn't get to rehydrate to like 170, 160 plus. Like, nah, man, it was still a good fight. Barrios got his ass chopped up and broke down. And I'm not giving no fighters ever an excuse about no rehydration clause. It's not like it pop up and just it's a secret and it's only one way. It's a two-way thing. You have an opportunity to say, nah, I'm not with that. I'm not taking it. You don't get to sign on the dotted line and then cry about it. You don't. You just don't get to do it. I'm not hearing none of it. Not hearing none of it. That fight wasn't won because of weight. That fight was won because of skill. Simple and plain. And that's how all his fights are won. That's how they're going to keep being won, because that's how he win them. You know what I mean? And he said his next fight going to be a Roach rematch. Hell nah. Me neither. Not when, Al Booger, not when you got 135 pounders weighing 156, 157, almost 160 on Fight Night. Not when you got 140 pounders weighing 165 and a little higher, almost like every bit of super middleweight. Like I'm not against it either, because I see it differently. If you're a person that think it weakens one fighter and gives the other one an advantage, then you see it differently than me. But for me, I know what it's for. These dudes are trying to juke the system, bro. If you want to be 160 plus pounds, go fight at middleweight at least. You get me? You want to weigh 165, 166, and close to 168, go fight at middleweight. Junior middle at least. You damn sure don't need to be at 154. That's what I'm saying. That's crazy to me. If you are that big and you're rehydrating that big within a span of about 24 hours or less, you definitely don't need to be at the weight class that you campaigning in. I don't care who you are. That's just my opinion. Like, I think that's crazy to me. Like, weight classes matter, bro. Them pounds matter. Like, yo, you talking about the 25, 20 plus pounds, that shit matter, bro. So, again, if you are a guy or a gal, or, a man or a woman, if you are a boxing fan, period, if you are cool with, if your thinking is, if you make the weight, whatever it is, whatever you rehydrate to, that's what you rehydrate to. If that's what you cool with, that's what you cool with. For me, I feel like if you weigh in at whatever weight class, whether it's 130, 126, I don't feel like you should be 3 weight classes above where you weighed in at on Fight Night. I think that's crazy. I think that's you clearly trying to gain an advantage over a much smaller fighter. That's what that is to me. That's soft shit. People say rehydration clauses are for people that saw. Now I think people that, oh yeah, I made the weight. Yeah, you're gonna sacrifice you. I just showed y'all the video what Alex Pereira was doing to make weight for his last fight. Yeah, they'll kill themselves to make weight because they're gonna blow up and be big on fight night. That shit crazy to me. Nah, that's weak as hell. That's that, and I don't even like the weight bullying term, but that's definitely juking the system. If you're cool with a guy weighing almost or 2-3 pounds shy of being a super middleweight and he's fighting at 140, that's crazy to me. You don't think that guy should go up? That's wild. That's wild to me. Take your big ass up. So again, if that's what you want to do and somebody know that that's what you're doing to gain your advantages and they strip you of it by putting a rehydration clause in effect, that's what you get. Shame on you for trying to, game the system by sacrificing. Yeah, and I respect you to make the weight, but then I don't respect you putting on so much weight to get an unfair advantage, to have 20, 30 pounds over somebody. You want me to respect you as a fighter? No, that's soft ass shit right there. 20, 30 pounds. I don't care who doing it. I don't care how good the fighter is. That's wild to me. You should not, and I repeat, in my opinion, be 3 weight classes above where you weighed in at. I don't care what weight class you at. That's crazy. Unless you're a heavyweight, then of course it don't matter. But all that other shit, no 140 pounder should be a super middleweight on fight night, and y'all be cool with it, talking about, well, he made the weight. I don't want to hear that. That's why dudes is damn near passing out. That's why dudes getting knocked out, getting their chin checked. Know what I mean? Damn near getting out of body experiences because they out there cutting all that weight, depleting their body and brain of all them fluids, trying to put it back in 24 hours, and they causing more damage than they realize and getting knocked out and suffering big losses because of it. So again, it's not really an argument for me. If you are cool with it, then you cool with it. But I'm not. I don't got to be cool with that. Not cool with nobody weighing 3 weight classes above where you weighed in. That's crazy to me. That's wild. That's why I don't respect that. I don't. You clearly need to be at a heavier weight class. That's weak shit. That's you trying to get an advantage because you don't want to fight where you should be at. You know what I mean? That's simple. Ashley's corner, what it do, cuzzo? How you feeling? Cornelius, what it do, my guy? How you feeling, Brody? I get now. Tank Strip versus Fonseca for missing weight. That was some weak. What? Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all. Them weak arguments, man. Y'all gotta. Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all just be talking to yourselves on that one. Joseph, I think it was what? I think it's like 165 or something like that. 165. So if you're 140 pounds or you weigh in at that and you 165 on fight night, I think you bogus. I don't care what you say. I think you bogus. Yeah, I do. 25 pounds. Yeah, I do. When you got a guy in Keith Thurman that fight at 147 that don't put on that much weight, how the hell are you rehydrating more than a full-blown career welterweight? How? And you fighting at a lighter weight class and y'all telling me that's not crazy? That's crazy. That's wild. That's wild. I don't give a damn, man. That's wild, bro. And the only people, and I promise you, I find it to be very convenient that the only people that are cool with it is the ones that favorite fighter is somebody that is a beneficiary of, oh, I'm going to kill myself to make a weight. I'm going to be a skeleton on the scale, but I'm going to rehydrate 25 pounds on fight night and be damn near 3 weight classes above where I weighed in at. Y'all them people, y'all favorite fighter do that. That's the only reason why y'all complain. Either that or you just don't like Tank. Dude, little as hell. It's only one time out of 30 fights where he was the bigger man. That was against Pitbull Cruz. One time out of 30 fights. Every other time, whether it was a rehydration. Look how big Mario Barrios was on that fight. Y'all not going to tell me he wasn't healthy. That man made it 11 rounds. I don't want to hear how drained he was. He was fighting back every round. I don't want to hear that. People just make excuses. Don't try to make no excuse once Tank broke you down and knocked you out. Now it's, the rehydration clause. That's why he ain't say nothing about it, because he know that wasn't the reason you lost. He beat you up. I'm tired of this. Stop conveniently making excuses. Ryan, if you think Ryan Garcia was smart enough to beat Tank, God bless you. I ain't even going to insult your boxing intelligence. If you think that it was just solely because of weight, you missing it. You missing it. But we'll talk about how undisciplined and trash Ryan is, but then in the same token, well, he was drained against Tank. If he was healthier, he would have beat him. If Mario Barrios was able to rehydrate to 170 plus, he would have beat him. He would have lost too. He would have still lost. Skills, man. They don't use the weight to win fights. They be boxing matches. Tank know what he doing in there. He boxed Mario Barrios' big ass. That's what he did. It wasn't because of no weight. Nobody was watching that fight talking about, yo, he looked like he drank. He looked like he gassed out. He can't fight. Man, that dude was fighting every step of the way. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't even care what he said. I watched the fight. That was a good fight for Tank. Shit went 11 rounds. It's a damn good fight. The only thing y'all, he had that rehydration clause. He got beat up, man. He got beat up. And put this shit in perspective. Tank stopped him and he fought Keith Thurman at a higher weight class and went the distance, man. That little dude's special, man. That's it. And it don't take a certain name for me to see that. That's all. Now, to prove it, yeah, you need them names, right? To prove it, to really cement it, yeah, you need the names. But I know what I'm saying right now. And Blade was good with it. I know what I'm saying. And it's not a damn person that you're going to tell me he don't got a chance of beating if he get in the ring with. I don't care what you say. You know what I'm saying? And nobody makes the point that if these guys truly want to fight him, since they always got his name in their mouth, why don't they just go to his weight class? Won't they take a page out of Rolly book and do what? Make 130 and rehydrate to 165 like he did, which is still wild shit to me. That's wild. And Tank still knocked him out. He still knocked him out. He let Rolly weigh whatever he want. I think Coach Calvin was on record saying that man was 165 pounds on fight night, and he still smoked him. That shit don't matter. That little dude like that, man. That's all. And I'm gonna say it because I rock with it. Listen, I ain't here to complain. He be kicking ass, bro. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. You're gonna do it December 14th, and people gonna be back in here, man. Oh, he cherry picking. Oh my God, Tank. Oh my God, I can't believe it. He's cherry picking. Creo, what's good with it, my guy? I thought the same by Mike Tyson. I'm old. that Mike got me in the boxing. Rude exposure. Big soldier was good with it. He said, Just why do you troll Devin so hard? Me? I don't troll Devin. I play a little bit. I troll my favorite fighter, bro. Big soldier. I troll my favorite fighter. And I don't even like using the word troll. No, I joke. I don't want to say troll. That's for y'all new internet people. I don't troll. I joke. But I joke on any fighter, but I give everybody just do. When people be tearing Devin down, talking about how soft he is and how he a bitch for suing, Just Do was going the way the opposite way. See what I'm saying? So I could troll every now and then. You know what I mean? But nah, I don't troll. I don't like that word. I joke though. But speaking of that, let's get to this next part of this live, man. Let's talk about it. So shout out to John Scully. He gave his opinion. He feels like Tank won't be a Hall of Famer. But then he said by these standards, yeah, he probably would. So I think what he's doing is he's trying to compare errors and looking at the way or maybe the criteria that existed back in the day for people to make it to the Hall of Fame. And now it's just different. So he competing in an era where he's at the top of his game. That's all. He's just a top fighter in boxing. He's a big name, big draw. You know what I mean? Must-see TV. It's hard to ignore that stuff. So he doing this thing, man. I think it's premature. I think at the end of the day, for me, I feel like if you're still actively fighting, all Hall of Fame conversations, although interesting and cool to have, still a bit premature because he got more work to put in. Unless you got the rest of his career written out, you just know he ain't gonna fight nobody. He just gonna cherry pick. Then that's something different. But I'm gonna just say, let it happen. You know what I'm saying? Let it happen. Tunnel vision was good, my guy. Zach B said, when you ever see Tank fight anyone at those weights, when has he rehydrated to that? Oh yeah. Shout out to Zach B. Yeah, they just be tripping, man. His Eric put Rocky Balboa. Nah, good one, Tunnel Vision. Talk to him, bro. Devin gonna be at 147 real soon. Tank just needs Loma or Shakur. Absolutely. Those are the names he need. Loma might be an unfortunate situation because he might be retiring. But I don't know. I would have loved to see that fight personally. If we can't get it, next man up. As long as Shakur there, I got hope that we'll see one of the best fights possible at the division. You know what I'm saying? I feel like then you can move to who he should fight next. But I think it's a couple names at least that's definitely on the list that I think he should get in the ring with. And I think he will. I think time just got to let it happen, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I can't stress this enough. So I'll end it with this. He was trying to give y'all a unification fight over a world-class top-level fighter coming off one of his best wins. If you can't respect that, I don't know what to tell you. You just gonna be mad, bro. You know what I'm saying? You just don't know how boxing go. So it is what it is, man. December 14th is next. So Whether or not he'll be a Hall of Famer, I think he will be, man. I'm not about to sit here and argue. If you don't think so, that's cool. But I think he will be when it's all said and done. And I think that's all that matters, because all that hypothetical, if he was to retire today, he's not retiring today. In fact, he already got a fight scheduled, and I'm pretty sure he locked in and getting ready to go. So he ain't retiring right now. That's just a hypothetical. I think when it's all said and done, he's going to cement his legacy the way he need to. And you know, he gonna get where he need to get to. It's just that simple. He got a different way that he do what he doing, and it's working for him. Like I said, outside of the internet and the everyday boxing builds, he got the people, because the numbers dictate that. The numbers show you that. So he, as much as people saying he doing something wrong, he got to be doing something right. Everybody can't just be a super fan, and I don't think that's the reality. I think some people just see it for what it is, look at him as a guy that beat the odds in so many different ways, see them doing things their way, it's successful and it's working, and they just enjoying it. And it's just that simple. It's not that much, it's not that deep. It's not that much to complain about unless you want to push a narrative. You know what I mean? But shout out to Tank Davis, shout out to John Scully, man. December 14th will be a good day of boxing. You know, but let's get to this, man. Blair Cobb, man. Blair Cobb been active on social media, and he been going in on the Haneys, man. He ain't letting them live. He ain't been letting them live, man. He posted a little clip that I'm about to show y'all, trolling the Haneys with some little bit of sparring footage in it. And I don't know, man. If Devin Haney is gonna think about moving to 47, I promise you, I would love to see him fight Blair. I think he could beat Blair, yo. I think it's a tricky fight, but I think it's a winnable fight, man. I think he could box Blair. I do. I think he could box Blair. I mean, he got a little weird style, a little irky-jerky kind of style, but I think he could box him, man. Bill Haney called out Cobbs. Yeah, he did. I'm about to play it for y'all. Y'all all smash that like button, sub to the channel if you haven't, and let's keep rocking. Tank never gonna fight Shakur. Damn, man. Why you come in here negative, man? Don't say that. You know why I feel like the fight gonna happen? Because they both real ones, and they both want it. I think when the stars align, it's gonna happen. I think it'll happen sooner than later too. I think it'll happen while Shakur is still at 35. That's what I believe. If not, then I'll just be wrong, and we'll come back here to talk about it. But let's play this little clip from Blair Cobb. Man.
Blair Cobb, you know what I mean? What do you get out of getting in somebody else's business and you calling them a bitch when you're broke as fuck?
Well, if I'm such a bitch and you want me out of your business, do something. Seriously, like, we fighters? Everybody saw the way you guys acted with the Ryan ass whooping. You could react better taking a loss. But since you wanted to act like what you was, I didn't start bitching and turn into a fucking coward after a loss. I bounced the fuck back. Do you think that you can handle somebody like me?
What's that?
You remember that ass whooping, right? Come and get it, and I'll take those pillow hands, stuff it up your fucking ass, and show you what you really is, a coward. No stipulations, no bullshit. On 147, you can barely even make 140, so shut that shit up, and we can fucking get it on and popping right now. Do something about it.
Man, nah, man. Where the Hanos clan at, y'all? Y'all need to report to Jusdueboxing pronto, ASAP, effective immediately. I need all Hanos clan members to report to Jusdueboxing effective immediately. Where are y'all at? Hell nah, man. Nah, bro. This is where I draw the line for Haney, bro. Nah, bro. I know he done went through the ringer fight, Ryan, and all that, but the Blair Cobb is where I draw the line, yo. Look. After a fight, a tough fight like he had with Ryan, of course, you know, him jumping back into the mix, especially in a new weight class, it'd be a risky fight. All of it is a risk because he got so many questions to answer after fighting Ryan Garcia. But I'm telling you, with the right game plan, I do think he got outboxed Blair. I do think it'll be a tricky fight. Blair do got a good punch. He would test his chin, so it'll be a tricky fight, but skillfully. I think that Devin is disciplined and smart enough to beat a guy like that. I really do. I really do, y'all. I know how the sparring looked. I know he was having fun in there, but I think it's a risky fight, but I think it's one he could win. I draw the line for Devin right here. You being trolled by Blair Cobb is crazy. He talking crazy. Blair the Ric Flair Cobb, man. You can't. Hell nah, bro. Hell nah. This the same dude that punched the ref with like a 3-piece after he got stopped on his feet, bro. Nah, Dev, you can't. Dev, I ain't gonna let you go out like this, bro. He can't beat you, bro. Nah, I'm rocking with Dev. I'm pulling for young Dev in this fight. He fight. Cass, I've been saying it all week. I got Cobb over Dev. Candy Slim, what's good, family? Blair Cobb. We saw the Jerry Curl flying. Yeah, man. Swinging versus Alexis Rocha. He hit the ref for like a 4-piece. You know what I'm saying? To the gut. The ref was like, you good? You all right? It's 50-50 right there. Yeah, now I know, cuz I'm rocking with Dev on this one, though. AB got popped and slow Blair down. Devin don't got that. I think he could stabilize him and neutralize him, like force him to respect him, keep a jab in his face. Now, I mean, use his speed and his length and try to, box him on the outside, box his ass, just school him, box him, man. I ain't saying it's going to be easy, but I think he got better. I think he's better put together. Like, he got better boxing skills than Blair Cobb, respectfully. Like, Blair is just a wild card, right? He get in there and he got this little awkward style and he got good punching power and he can box a little bit. He not just trash like people say. He just, he ain't proved himself to be at the elite level, even with the win over AB. So at least Devin is championship experience. I'm not going to disrespect him like that. That man been a titleist in two different weight classes. He been in some championship level fights bigger than what Blair's been in. And I don't know, man. It'll be a tricky fight, but it won't be one that he can't win is what I'm saying. Y'all, I ain't saying he wins for sure, but it's not one that he can't win. It's not one that he can't win. It's not one that he can't win. Shout out to my boxing mom, Barbara D. Appreciate you, Clan. Just stop by to hit the like button. Appreciate you being a member for 22 long months. That's huge. Much love and appreciation.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your Jusdueboxing.
Shout out to my boxing mom. Appreciate you. Cobbs ain't beating Boots though. Hell no. Boots will wipe all kind of floors with Cobb. But look, man, I'm being serious when I say this. I know people gonna take shots at him. They're gonna kick him while he down. They're gonna talk crazy to him. And that's just part of the game, right? That's the nature of the game. I'm pretty sure Dev got thick enough skin. He can handle it. But if 47 is in his near future, this is a fight that I wouldn't mind seeing him take. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't mind seeing a Devin Haney versus a Blair Cobb. I don't know if that's a backwards move, but maybe not if you're in a new weight class, right? He talking crazy. It's a get back fight. Shit, who knows? I don't know what weight class he gonna come back at, but listen, I wouldn't be against him beating Blair up. I really wouldn't, or at least getting in there and fighting him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I get it. The nobody stuff and all that, but at the end of the day, think about it, bro. People call Ryan trash. People said Ryan was nobody, just popular. You know what I'm saying? And that fight happened. So I'm thinking about new weight class. That's all I'm saying. And he ain't got to be a somebody. It's just the fact that he running his mouth. I'm talking on some like get it, punch him in his mouth because he talking crazy type stuff. So I wouldn't be against seeing the fight because it's one that he asking for. And again, he's not going to go straight to 147 and fight one of the champions, you don't think, right? So you would feel like he would need a welcome to the division fighter if in fact he did move up, right? That wouldn't be a bad choice. That wouldn't be a bad stop. Beat up Blair Cobb. You know what I mean? While you getting acclimated to 47. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, bro. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, bro. Blair Cobb's going to talk a lot. Like, y'all only looking at it one way. He gonna talk a lot. He gonna sell the fight, promote, talk crazy. He gonna make it funny. You know what I mean? Borderline corny, but funny at the same time. I don't know. You're going straight to 140, straight to a champion. I get that, but I don't think the same will be at 47. I could be wrong, Rallo. Listen, I'm not against it though, bro. But listen, hear me out. If he's if he ain't just jumping into the deep end, if he decides to move to 47 and fighting a champion, I don't think that's a bad fight to take, is what I'm saying. Blair Cobb, like that again, you acclimating to the division. You just getting warmed up. You just using him as a stepping stone, pretty much, and punching him in his mouth for talking, just for talking. You know what I mean? But unless it's a better option. But I'm just saying, man, I wouldn't be against it, is all I'm saying. When people talk like that, I'll be wanting to see him get punched in their mouth. He talking crazy, man. I ain't gonna let Dave go out like Willie Lump. But I like that fight even more, though. I like that fight even more. I like that fight even more for him, though, Rollo. I like Mario Barrios even more. I do. I like that fight a lot more. I think that's even more dangerous, though, Rollo. I think that's more dangerous. So my thing is, what I'm considering, bro, is the fight that he came off of, Rollo. Like, remember, he came off of the Lomachenko win straight to Regis, right? With his confidence high, right? He just beat the best guy on his resume, Lomachenko. He beat the great Vasil Lomachenko. He was going into that fight with a different kind of confidence now since being shaken up by Ryan. And it's some questions that he got to answer that wasn't there before, right? So do he jump right back into the deep end? Because think about it. Look, he was about to jump back and fight Paro, right? That didn't come to fruition. So something tells me that he's not going to end up in the ring with a champion when he come back for his first fight. So like I said, if he's thinking about moving up because he had 2 tough weight cuts at 140 already, I don't think Blair Cobb would be the worst move. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're talking about just getting acclimated. But again, I'm a boxing fan too. So if he want to jump right back in the deep end, I ain't against it, but I know that it'd be dangerous. And I don't know if that's a move that they're going to make right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? Once again, how much money you think Devin is willing to accept to fight Blair? Yeah. Nah, those are good questions though, Mr. Impride. That's the politics and the business side of it. But just from the outside looking in, it wouldn't be a bad fight. But you got a point though when you start asking about money and how much you gonna want versus who gonna actually pay for it. Yeah, you got a great point, bro. Great point. In order to get Barrios, you're gonna have to sign the PVC, and if Devin signed there for Mario, but couldn't for Tank, boy, y'all. That Price Boy said Barrios stops Devin. Damn, you got young Devo get stopped by Barrios. Sheesh, man. I don't know. It could be a tough fight for him, man, if he don't prepare. But it's just, I don't see that coming off the Ryan Garcia situation, that Ryan Garcia fight. You know what I'm saying? That nightmare of a situation. I don't see him jumping to 47 and fighting Barrios. I don't even know if he'll be at 47, right? But I just know he on borrowed time at 140. So each month that goes by that he stays out the ring, I know that could, only make things tougher, right? At 140 to keep making that weight. So, I'm rooting for him to get back though. Like I said, I ain't suggested Blair Cobb fight to be funny, like on some, you down bad, but you getting back. Use his ass as a stepping stone, right? You don't feel like Blair Cobb. I mean, he was good enough to spar with. Shit, he ain't good enough to fight on the get back. Why not? Stay away from Barrios being the first fight back. Oof, yeah, I'm telling you, that's risky. Easier fight for Devin. Awkward fighters versus traditional boxers are more complicated. I get that, boxing hacker, but I just think overall, because Barrios actually has gotten better or just equipped himself better since losing to keep Thurman. Like he's went on a good, nice little run. He fighting I think Abel Ramos. He got a fight coming up, so he got a real fight on his hands already. But that'd be a tough fight. One time, say Barrios hurt him. I forget. Box circles around Barrios. Barrios way too slow, and Doug Regis, Devin cooked. Man, Barrios can't beat Devin. People are dreaming, man. Yeah, listen, bro. Listen. Now they're not dreaming. You got to think. There's questions to answer. So, we ain't talking about Dev going out there beating Ryan, dropping him 3 times and beating him and then moving up. Like, it's after getting touched up. Like, you just don't know exactly what he is just yet. That's all I'm saying. Just to be fair. Now, do I think he'll bounce back? Absolutely. But I think, on his way back, he has to pick the right fights. I think that's key. I think you got to be very, very, I don't want to say, you got to be smart. You got to be smart. Got to be smart. It can't just be, you just trying to please the people. You got to do what's best for your career. And what I'm saying is, I don't think it's crazy to say that he needs a get back fight after seeing what happened with him and Ryan. I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? I can see if none of the knockdowns never happened and he just end up getting outboxed some type of way, the majority decision without the knockdowns. Okay, cool. But nah, I think getting knocked around like that, I think your confidence take a hit. And I think naturally, just as a competitor and an athlete, right, you got questions that you might need to answer, right? That's normal. It's real. Like, there's no way you get knocked down for your first time and then you get knocked down 2 more times, arguably more than that, but you've been down 3 official times in one fight, get outboxed by a guy that you felt like you was gonna beat handily, right, and style on. There's no way you don't have some type of questions in the back of your mind to answer for yourself, and that's just being a real person. Like, you gonna be real with yourself. So with those questions looming over your head, does it necessarily make sense for you to say, you know what, I'm gonna jump right back into the deep end and you know what I mean? That's just what I'm gonna do. It's not smart. It's not smart. And one thing about the Haneys, in my opinion, regardless of what people say and what they criticize them about, I think they're smart. You know what I'm saying? I think they did a very, very good job facilitating their moves and, navigating this boxing game. So I think this next move is gonna be, strategically crafted and put together. Like, I don't think they're gonna make no stupid move on the way back. That's just me. I could be wrong, but I don't see it. I think they're gonna be smart about it. I just got his whole face broke. And he's not gonna fight Mario Barrows next. Devin can't afford to take another takes leftovers, man. Another L, that'd be bad, man. Jordan Frederick, what it do? Tyson Fury got knocked down like 3 times in a fight with Wilder, and he still won though. True, buddy. That's the thing. He won though. He got knocked down twice in that fight. Those fights that he won. So, but he ended up winning. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little different. Your confidence don't take the same hit, right? And even then, some people question if Fury was ever the same exact person that he was before Wilder. You know what I'm saying? And I think that those fights took something out of him as well as out of Wilder. You know what I mean? Even though he won them, you know what I'm saying? I don't think nobody take those type of right hands from Wilder in multiple fights and just be good all the way the same. Like, I think he take a little piece of you with him. You know what I'm saying? The Haney's ain't screaming boots. Hell no, Cornelius. They better not, boy. James Marshall would have do, my guy. Gross over that. if Devin is working with Saudi, he probably won't be fighting. Barrio said that's a good point too, Aisha. And he did win a lot of rounds. Yeah, he put some rounds together. He won at least 5. I think he won at least 5, Jordan. I think he won at least 5 rounds. I think he won at least 5. Funny there. Oh, yeah, Queen. Dallas, shout out to you, man. Y'all all smash that like button, sub to the channel if y'all have it, man. We're going to keep cooking for a little bit, man. But yeah, man, Blair Cobb's been having some fun lately at the expense of the Haneys, man. So I wouldn't be against that fight. All I'm saying, y'all. Wouldn't be against it. Actually, it'd be a pretty good fight if it happened. It'd be entertaining. Be pretty entertaining. Yeah, hopefully Dev isn't gunshot. I want to see him back in the ring soon. Got to pick the right opponent, though. That's what it's all about. It's about making the smart moves right now. That's all. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's not in a rush to do nothing silly. That's all. You know what I mean? Smart move. It'll get him back. Hey, get him back. That all you do is talk about Tank. Tank is a hot topic, man. People shit. I just played an interview it wasn't even about Tank. It was about Artur Beterbiev and Beaver. And Tank still came up. He came up at the tail end of the interview, but he still came up. He's just somebody that I think people are always trying to use as an example to make about guys not fighting who they're supposed to fight. This is the same weak arguments pretty much. I mean, but if you just ignore the challenges that he's taken thus far, then it's tough. I got you, Dallas. Already, I know what you're saying. He a hot commodity though. Devin versus Boots is a good fight. It's not like Boots can't be beat. I think it would be an interesting fight. Hell nah, listen. Hey, look. I'm rooting for Dev to get back. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Dallas. Appreciate you stopping through too, man. Make sure you sub to the channel, all that good stuff. But look, I'm rooting for his comeback, but in no way, shape, or form do I think going in the ring with Gervonta Ennis is smart. I know he got some championship level fights and all that good stuff. I know you beat the great Vasil Lomachenko, you 12-zip Regis, but just Ryan Garcia is not nearly the athlete that Gervonta Ennis is. And it just, if he feels as though like all his physical advantages got stripped in that fight, at least he probably still was longer. And I heard he was still a little bit heavier in that fight. He won't have no physical advantage against Boots. None. He won't be longer. I don't think his arm's longer or nothing. Yeah, nah, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm just being serious. Like, I think that'd be all wrong. I think that'd be bad, bro. Leave Gervonta Ennis the hell alone. Don't go barking up that tree. Yeah, I don't think that's something that they want. I don't think they need that kind of work. That's dangerous smoke right there. I ain't even gonna play with you. Hell nah. I mean, at least acclimate to the weight class is all I'm saying, bro. If you're gonna do that, acclimate to the weight class. Like, I ain't saying be scared of nobody, right? You know what I mean? But it's a tough ass fight for him because he won't have no physical advantages now. We seen a fight where those was kind of stripped from him too, and how that played out. Boots is a totally different ball game, totally different athlete from Ryan Garcia that's had 1 foot in, 1 foot out, halfway Instagram model, halfway boxer. Like, Boots is all in, all boxing, always, all the time. Want to beat your ass? Like, nah. I don't think, and respectfully, I just don't think he'll be able to deal with the size and power of Gervonta Ennis, and I think he won't have a speed advantage either. It'll be tough. It'll be very tough. Like, it'll be very tough. Like, man, y'all serious though? Seriously? Nah, just think about it from a stylistic standpoint. Like, I don't know. That's a bad matchup to me. That's a bad matchup. With no fights at 47, it's a terrible matchup. I at least need to see what he is. And like I said, I'm being real about it. You at least need to see what he is after, fighting Ryan Garcia. And respectfully, I think Boots would just be all wrong. I think that'd be like career suicide almost, right? Like, that'd be career threatening. That type of L would be bad. You know what I'm saying? Boots gonna beat you up. And on top of that Devin tough, right? He showed that he tough. That might not be good against Boots because he gonna give you everything you want. That's tough though, bro. Kate Causey would have do, my guy. And his punch Garcia, I think he absolutely would. Absolutely, Dev too. I just don't think that's a good style matchup right now. I mean, respectfully, a good matchup for him, period, because he ain't been there. You know what I'm saying? You don't go barking right up that tree. Know what I'm saying? You do it the right way. For example, right? I'm not saying he's Kovalev, but when Andre Ward went up to 75, he got a couple fights in, first acclimated to the weight, then he went after Kovalev. If you telling me off of Ryan Garcia situation that he goes to 47 and he jumps in there with Gervonta Ennis, that's not smart. That's not smart at all. That's not smart. It's not about being scared of none of that. That's just not a smart move. Nobody in boxing can convince me that that's a smart move. That's a risk, and I would respect it. It's a brave move, but it ain't smart. Nuh-uh, not coming off that situation, and you just not gonna see that. You're not gonna see no fighter. Not that. Hell nah. That leave that young line alone. You hear me? Big Supreme, shout out to you. Appreciate the 2-piece. Never forget, Haney said Boots is mid. He kind of did say that. He said something about his jab. He said his jab is better because he did it at the elite level. Yeah, he did say some things.
And we ain't
about
never got to
Boo.
box again. Well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Hold on, speaking of that, remember this?
Remember Bill was talking that shit? They're going to go up and give Boots a shot. And we see in the near future or within the next 2 years a potential match between Jerome Boots Anderson if he stays at welterweight and potentially Devin Haney.
Oh, absolutely. If Gervonta is around and he's at 147 and Devin is at 147, then we would definitely deny to giving him an opportunity.
If Devin Haney fought Boots after the fight, he would not only sue. Devin Haney wobbles back to his corner and wait a minute. He'd be walking into Boozie's gym wearing a wire and shit. He turned full-blown snitch. Confident informant. This lawsuit is not turning out to be good for Devin Haney's career, man. Making him a joke, man. It's making him a joke. Is wild, Slim. The benefit of the lawsuit. You asked.
Man, this is wild, Slim. Yeah, that was speaking of that, y'all brought that up. That was when he was asked about fighting Boots. Like, of course he gonna say what he's supposed to say, but that's a fight you approach the right way. That's all I'm saying. You don't go into a Gervonta in his fights with the kind of uncertainties that loom over his career after that Ryan Garcia fight. That's all I'm saying. I really rock with him. So I'm very realistic about it. You at least give yourself an opportunity as a real athlete to get back, get your confidence back. You had a tough ass fight. He had Osterine, all that stuff, right? Yeah, bro. You deserve a get back fight. Get your legs back under you, work out some kinks, get some ring rust off, whatever you need, build some confidence back. You deserve that. But again, respectfully, I would never be against saying Devin Haney and Boots fight, but you approach that fight the right way. You don't be no asshole. You don't let the fans just, hey, go fight Boots, jump up to you big enough now. You heavier than him. That's stupid. That's foolish. Got to approach that shit the right way, man. It ain't about being stupid, man. You got to be strategic in this shit, right? Y'all play chess, right? That's foolish. That wouldn't be a chess move. That'd be a foolish move. I'm telling you, man. Ain't no way. I'm sorry. Even his biggest fan can't convince me that that's logical to do. Hell no, man. Come on, man. Think about Devin Haney. Damn, man. Think about Ryan in front of Boots. Man, Boots would light his ass up, man. Yeah, man, that should be a and one mixtape. Nah, I don't see it, bro. I just think that's that. Like with so many questions, and then on top of that, you're gonna have all your physical advantages stripped again for the second straight fight. That'd be a bad matchup, bro. Don't do that. Hell nah, go fight somebody else. I mean, go beat. That's why I say go beat Blair ass, man. If you go into 47, that's all I'm saying. I like that fight for him. Heard about Loma too, right? Yeah, he was getting buzzed up a little bit. But shout out to him. I just want to see him bounce back the right way, and I just don't think Boots is the answer. That's not even remotely the avenue that you want to travel like on your way back. Unless you're trying to establish yourself at 47, then all of those dudes is on the table. But you at least give yourself a get back fight. I'm just being realistic. Don't be scared of nobody, right? Go for them all, but do it the right way is all I'm saying. Give yourself an opportunity and then go for it. But don't be no fool, man. Don't let the fans decide that your fate like that, bro. I think the only people telling that man to fight Boots right now want to see him get knocked out for real, like, because I think that's what happened. I do. I don't see it. I don't see that fight going a distance unless he had to, like, man, they had to make that a boring fight in the best way he could. And I just don't think it'll work because he take chances. He's willing to take chances, and that's gonna make it the kind of fight we need to see. I just don't think it'll be a good one for him. I think it'll be real risky, bro. I think it'll be really risky. It'll be a bad fight for him. He got better. His other options out there, I think that's just more suitable to him making his return. That's all. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta rush. You don't gotta be silly about this, man. Be smart. You see the Fight Hype guy Russell interview calling Tank. But yeah. I had talked about it because it was a little while back, but it's one of the more recent ones. Yeah, I had talked about it. I think Gary is gonna always feel like that because they from that area to an extent. It's some type of. It's like that fight is the rivalry that never was. Respectfully, like it always was something that was kind of there and but just never materialized. Like the names be brought up here and there at certain points, but it just got to a point where Tank continued to like move up and just continue to win and win and win. And then now Gary got to the point where he's found himself so inactive that fight seems like it's dead. You know what I'm saying? It don't seem like a reality, it seems like a fantasy fight now. So it's like it was a rivalry that was never was, right? It could have been that, but Gary just, unfortunate circumstances and him not just being able to be active as he wanted to be, man. I don't know. Oh, you have heart don't mean you're smart. For sure. 21 minutes ago, just dropped. Oh, it's a newer one. Oh, maybe they re-uploaded it though, because they be doing that too. Don't mess with Texas Cali Factor. What's good, fam? They be re-uploading because I thought that's what he said to him in the other one. He called him out his name and was talking about. Did he criticize the fight? Jado was good with it, fam. So I think that's what it is, man. Schooler Jameson. This dude was stupid, yo. Jameson also, man. What you been sipping some Jameson? Huh? This man been tripping. Y'all make sure y'all punching the like button out for me, man. Punch it out. We got something else to build on. We ain't done just yet, y'all. Not just yet. Got some little more in the chamber, man. We got to talk about B-Hop as well, man. We got to get the little B-Hop. Got to get the Devin versus Cobbs and Ryan versus Rolly. Shit, why not, man? Why not, man? Won't be a bad idea, man. Ryan just got to get off suspension, and Devin just need to get himself back. You know, I think Cobbs is a good target, man. Destroyed by boots. Yeah, man. I always think personally that's a bad fight for him because the fact that he take chances and he just don't have no advantages that I could think of. He ain't faster and bigger, stronger, more creative, not more athletic. Feet, they use their feet differently, but boots can move too. So I don't know, man. I just don't see many advantages for him, and it's hard for me to see him just beating a guy that I think is going to have those type of advantages that he's going to have over him. Speed, power, creativity, athleticism, in my opinion. But look, I don't think it'll just be a complete wash, right? I think Devin can fight. He'll give himself a chance to beat anybody or, compete with anybody. Let me say that. But ultimately, I just don't think that'll end well for him is what I'm saying. To me. Now, I could be wrong. He could prove me wrong. But I don't think we'll ever see them fight. I don't. I just don't think that's something they're going to do. But I want to see him bounce back because a lot of people saying he's shot, So I want to see him bounce back and not be shot. But the way you prove that is by allowing yourself to fight the right fight to get your legs and confidence back, right? And to just move forward, man. Just, get you a little launch pad. Use one of these fighters as a launch pad. Beat him up, box him up, jab him up, do whatever you need to do, school him, and then just keep moving. And you're older than Devin. Yeah, he's not too much older. I have Pitbull problems with Pitbull. I think he can box him though. I think he can box him. I ain't gonna lie. I definitely think he can box him. Pitbull, I think he can box him. Too long, disciplined, box him, stay long, stay on the jab. Pitbull just being one-dimensional. He probably could land a couple of Hail Marys, but I don't think he'll stop him or nothing like that. I think he'll outbox Pitbull. Yeah, I really do. It's just because he's smart. I ain't going I know Ryan is going to be a tough fight because it matches up. He matches up stylistically tough for Devin. But Pitbull with that small one-dimensional style, now I think Devin will just box him, straight right hand him and move. Box him, jab him, rinse and repeat on his ass. You know what I'm saying? And he'll have to get lucky. I'm just being real. He could probably try to push the pace, but he'll have to get lucky. Devin will beat him. I'll box him. I ain't about to treat this dude like he's some trash because Ryan touched him up. He'll beat Pitbull up. He'll box his little ass. Just box him. He's too smart. Look at the way Ryan beat him. He'll definitely beat him. You get what I'm saying? In a similar fashion, just box the hell out of him. Box and move. And Pitbull showing you he don't make adjustments. Like he can't and he don't. So it'll be coming forward, and that's all Dev got to watch out for is them wild winging shots. Now, again, anything is still always those questions now because he got to get back. But I do think that's a guy he'll outbox. I do. And Pitbull power, I think, is a little overstated. I don't think he is some big puncher, especially not up at 40. He's not a 40-pounder. Like I don't think he could hurt Ryo. He hit Ryo with some clean shots. I don't think he probably got his respect for sure, but he ain't punching like that at 140. So I think they have a box him. I think he'll box him up. He can box, yo. He can box. That's one thing he can do very well. I can't take that from him. I know people don't like the way he don't suing and all that. That shit ain't that deep for me. That kid can box. That young man can fight. He can fight. He had the top. Yeah, he had that upper echelon level. He just got to come back and prove that he's still there. That's all. But just don't do that against Boots. Personally, I don't think a Barrios is the get back fight you need either. I think you just got to be smarter than that. I thought Paro was brave. I respect the hell out of that. Outside of it being Paro, I heard it was going to be a top 15 opponent. I think that's ideal. That sounds, relatively reasonable. You know what I mean? Oh, he said, who the po? Shout out to my guy. Don't mess with Texas, man. So yeah, man. Shout out to Dead, man. But he been getting trolled a lot by everybody now. Blair Cobb is the latest troll victim. He's calling for a fight at 47. He's showing the old clip of the sparring footage. He's saying he beat you up. He whooped your ass in sparring. I wouldn't mind seeing that fight, y'all. I really wouldn't. Shout out to my guy, Ryan. What's good, bro? And he smoked with Devin. Yeah, man. Dad bounced back, man. I'm rooting for him. Tell my little jokes and all that stuff, but I'm rooting for him, man. Bounce back, young man. Bounce back. Bounce back. You got a lot of career left. You're only 25. Only 25. You did? Only 25. Everybody get their ass touched up a little bit, You can bounce back. But let's keep rolling, man. Shout out to Dev. Hopefully he bounce back. And like I said, if he's ever at 47, I wouldn't mind seeing him fight Blair Cobb. I'm telling you. I think that'd be an entertaining fight. I ain't gonna hold you. Let's keep rolling, man. Something else I seen, y'all. Wanted to talk about my boy Ryo for a second. My boy Ryo. El Rayo, some news with El Rayo. He said, hey, everyone. Hope you're all doing good. He said, just want to clear some things I've been hearing lately about my next fight, but I'm no longer in a managing or training relationship with Jose Benavidez Sr. or his team. It's time to move forward. Stay tuned for the announcement of my next fight is coming soon. And then he said on his, his IG announcement coming soon. So, this move, I don't know, a little surprising to a degree, caught me off guard because I initially thought they had some issues before and kind of split, and then he got back with them, and now I guess they might be going through some things again. They might be having some issues again. So, maybe they're going through some thing, right? Ain't that what they say? Maybe they're going through some thing, and he felt like it was necessary to split. Me personally, I've seen Ryo come up a bit with him, have some fights with Jose Benavidez. He looked pretty sharp. He looked good in the first Colbert fight, looked better in the rematch. He looked sharp. He looked phenomenal against Pitbull Cruz. He outboxed the hell out of Pitbull Cruz. Some people say he beat him easier than Tank did, right? And I know that's an argument that people, go crazy about. But, I've heard it before. I heard some people say he beat him a little easier than Tank did, right? They thought. So, I don't know, man. He looked good. He looked good under him. He looked good, but I didn't see them splitting up again so soon. But I guess I ain't fully surprised because, it happened once, so it can happen again. So maybe they just probably butted heads. And I'm gonna play a little clip, a little interview from Jose Benavidez Sr. And I think he spoke on it briefly. So I'm gonna get to that in a second. Shout out to my brother Mike Kirkland back in the super chat. He said it's like that Ostarine turned Ryan into a monster for some Haney fans. Can you imagine? Devin taking punishment from boots like Via? Man, that'd be tough, man. That'd be tough, man. That's what I'm saying. I don't see that scenario working out well for him, Mike.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Shout out to my brother Mike Kirkland. Appreciate you, bro. Said anybody know if Tank off a Ryo fighter 35-40? I believe it might have been. I mean, what they reported, Candy Slim, was that it was at 35, but I mean, there's no surprise there because just think of a few things, right? A lot of people made a big deal out of it. For one, it should be no surprise that a guy that fights at lightweight is offering somebody opportunity at the weight class that they fight at, let alone that very same weight class. Just a fight ago, he was just there. Like, now, I didn't hear that he was going to 140 because he could no longer make 135. I just felt, from what I understand, he was just taking an opportunity to go up there and challenge for a title, and he did it. So my thinking is you're only one fight removed from that weight class. It's not out the realm of possibility thing that you can go back down and fight, right? Especially for an opportunity that would be that lucrative, that big of an opportunity, probably once in a lifetime kind of deal where you get an opportunity to fight Tank like that, right? So I could see that being the case and not being at 40 because that's not where Tank looking to campaign at right now. You know what I'm saying? And 12-0, that's it. Pitbull corner doesn't stop. Yeah, it's just boxing, bro. He'll box him up, I believe. You feel some of Devin trolling somewhat warranted. A little bit because, you know, it's his dad do a lot. So naturally, he's the mouthpiece for him because he doesn't speak as much. He's even been on record saying that. So he vouches for him. He speaks on his behalf oftentimes. He say a lot of things that rub people the wrong way. He's trolled people. He's you know, some low blows and, you know, took it outside of boxing a bit. So some of it, like the trolling, like, is innocent. You get what I'm saying? Mr. Empire, the trolling is innocent because that's just that's just the world. We're in the internet world, right? Where you're gonna get trolled. But for me, I draw the line. Like, I don't take personal digs at him. Like, I don't call him all out his name and all that. I get it, how it look right now. And things ain't looking good for him right now, but he's still a world-class fighter. He just got to get his ass back in the ring and prove it. You know what I'm saying? Just got to get back in there. Shout out to Dallas, man. I appreciate the 5-piece, bro. Good channel. Just subscribe. That's love, man. Appreciate you, man. Y'all make sure y'all do smash the like button. Sub to that channel. Shout out to my guy Dallas for the
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Oh man, that's crazy, man. Gary is not good. He refuses to take his head off the line. It sounds a little bit like the belt starting problems. Riles disloyal. Jose made him a champion. Pay up. Yeah, I don't know what the situation is, but I'm gonna play it though. I'm gonna play it. Oh, you think it's the money? Think it's money? I don't know what happened there. I'm gonna see what he said. Robert Garcia want that money. I thought he was good with Jose Benavidez. He looked decent under him, bro. He looked decent. They did some they had some good fights together. That's what I thought, you know. So again, he says no longer training or managed by him or his team. He made that clear. So he said this announcement coming soon. Shout out to Ryo, man. I hope everything works out for him in his favor. Now, I mean, he is a good fighter. He's coming off a very big win. It's not the first time I've seen somebody win and then split from a trainer, so it ain't the worst thing. I'm pretty sure he tried to leave on good terms. He seemed like a pretty humble kid, laid back. Even the first time they split up, it didn't seem like it was a lot of, you know, kicking and screaming there. He seemed like he went about it the right way. So hopefully he moves in the right direction, get him the right kind of trainer, because he could really look to build off that Pitbull Cruz win. You got a title now, bro. It's a little different. So they're going to be gunning for you, bro. People going to want to fight. They seen you be knocked out before. Not too long ago, they seen you get outboxed by Chris Colbert and knocked out by De Los Santos. So you're gonna wanna build on this big win over Pitbull. And shout out to my mom, man, for the big 150 in the Cash App. Much love to Mama do. Appreciate
and we ain't never
you.
got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Shout out to Mama do. Not Miss Just Do, but Mama do. Turkey just bought the WBA. Did he? WNBA? That's what you saying? See Robert Garcia and Ryo Air. I don't know what happened, but we're gonna get to this interview from him though. Yeah, shout out to Mama do for the big support in the Cash App. Let me get to this interview from Robert Garcia. I mean, not Robert Garcia, Jose Benavidez Sr. He spoke about it a little bit briefly in this little short interview. It's short, it ain't long. I think it's like 4 minutes. Shout out to Fight Hype. They always get the interviews.
Garcia, aka the Puerto Rican Kid KG, and today we got with us senior himself, Jose Beterbiev. Look, there's a lot of news, so let's get right to it. The breaking news is obviously what you responded to last night. Can you talk to us a little bit about Ryo's message and what you thought about that?
Oh, yeah, it's a little bit sad because, I think he should have called me, and tell me that he didn't want to be with me, I just found out yesterday, I've been here for a week. He said that he sent a letter or something like that. I haven't been at the gym for almost a week, so I called yesterday, and there is a package there of him, I feel sad because, I treat him like my son. I took him, he's 17 years old, took him to a world title. I negotiated his fight with Pitbull and negotiated his coming up fight, with the rematch. And I'm just heartbroken, but at the end of the day, I did everything I could. My big satisfaction is that I made him a world champion. And I would really love for him to call me himself, and I will give him his contract. When he left.
Wow. Shout out to my baby girl, the queen, Miss Just Do. How you feeling, baby girl? Always good to see you.
With his old trainer.
Wow, hold on. Let me run this back a little bit.
Of him, I feel sad because, I treat him like my son. I took him, he's 17 years old, took him to a world title. I negotiated his fight with Pitbull and negotiated his coming up fight, with the rematch. And I'm just heartbroken, but at the end of the day, I did everything I could. My big satisfaction is that I made him a world champion. And I would really love for him to call me himself, and I will give him his contract. When he left with his old trainer, he told me that he was leaving. So I said, yeah, perfect. You got everything to be a world champion. The next day I called him and I told him, hey, listen, I'm going to give you a contract. They can manage you. They can negotiate for you. And he said, no, can you and David Garcia keep managing me, And I said, yeah, sure. And that's all I know. We made it happen.
Wow.
He's a world champion now. And I see this, on Instagram after a great fight, big success last night with Colbert. Everybody started sending me those screenshots.
Yeah. Obviously you have a relationship that goes back.
Damn, so he just basically said he found out on Instagram like us. Damn, man. He said, he had him since he was 17, guided him to the world title. But I said this before, and it's crazy how I allowed this situation to surprise me. I shouldn't be surprised by it because if y'all recall, before I play the rest of this, if y'all recall, what was it? It was the fight with De Los Santos when he got knocked out by De Los Santos. He, Jose Benavidez Sr. did an interview, and for me, from the outside listening, like just listening in, it sounded like he was disconnected. He was like separating himself from the loss, and just, it was Ryo. He wasn't focused. There was some stuff in training camp, and he just wasn't listening. And guys, it just sounded like there was no we lost, we did some things wrong, or we came up short of some areas. I just didn't hear like we lost as a team. Like I didn't hear that. I heard the disconnect. I was like, man, it just sounded like he threw Ryo under the bus. I was like, yo, I was being funny, but kind of serious. I was like, yo, if I'm Rayo and I hear this, man, that'd probably be the last time me and him train together. And then shortly after, you heard about them splitting up. Now, I don't know if that conversation had anything to do with it or that interview that he did, but that's what he said. He kind of separated himself from the loss and, you lost, but then look, when y'all win a title, oh, I'm happy because, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm happy I won the title. You know, I got him in position. You see, you take ownership for winning the title, as you should, but I just didn't hear it in that particular interview when you was discussing his loss. You was saying, you know, he had some things going on in training camp, and maybe he didn't listen. It's something like that, something to that effect. But you just didn't sound like you were saying, yo, we lost, we came up short together. You know, we gonna go fix some things. I didn't get that. I just got like, hey man, you know, hey man, I tried. Oh yeah, he said I did my best. He said I did my best, you know, or something like that. Basically, like, yo, I did what I could do, man. I can't fight for him, man. He went out there and it just sounded like, didn't sound like, yo, that was your guy. You know what I'm saying? That's all. And I was saying that, like, I wouldn't be surprised if he don't want to train with you no more. And then it eventually happened. Then they get back together. Now today you hear that he said he found out with people sending him the screenshots after telling him he'll give him his contract and allow other people to manage him. And he like, nah, I want you to do it. And then you do it. You get him to fight. Y'all have a lot of success. And then he was coaching a guy, Omar Salcido, that beat Chris Colbert last night. We're going to talk about that for a little second too. But, man, that's unfortunate, but I guess that's the nature of the business, man. I think the timing of it probably affects Jose Benavidez Sr. I think the timing, like, it's like right when you get what y'all do this for, to call yourselves champions for them fights. And then right when you get that first fight, he facilitated the fight for you, you know what I'm saying? Negotiated for you, got you right, got you the opportunity. Now you dumping them on Instagram. It's crazy. That's wild, but it's boxing for you. And I don't know the ins and outs of their relationship, but like I said, when he first lost, I heard a real disconnect between him and the fighter. I heard him saying like, yo, he lost. I trained him. I did the best I could do. He was having some stuff going on, so he lost. Like, he didn't sound supportive of the loss. He sounded like dismissive of it. Like, bro, I got you here. I trained you to the best of my ability. You had some stuff going on. You wasn't focused, so you lost. That's what it just sounded like. Maybe I'm being harsh, but I swear it sounded like that when he was saying I did the best I could. I was like, damn, y'all ain't lose together? Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't both of y'all in there, but I know you can't fight, but, you know, I was just a little surprised by that. But let me play the rest of this, y'all.
And I know you just spoke on it, but can you just talk to a little bit more about like the shock of the informality? Like, you know, he didn't call you, he didn't just text you, yo, I got to talk to you, senior. He sent something on, you know, in the mail and spoke online.
Yeah, for sure. He let everybody know about it. But me, you know, I was the last one to know. Like I said, I'm heartbroken, you know. But this is what happens, you know. And I knew that when he became a world champion, everything was going to change. And, of course, everybody wants to work with them. Of course, now everybody wants to jump in the train now that is running. I don't know.
I think it's a conversation between Calvin Ford and Benavidez Sr. I think Benavidez Sr. is able to get the most out of David Benavidez. And I think Calvin Ford has been able to get the absolute most out of Tank Davis as his fighter. Shout out to Ace, my guy. So that's how I say it. Unc Dre's finest. What's good, Unc? How you feeling, man? Appreciate you sliding through. Play the Jose talking down the ride. I got you. Let me play the rest of it. I'm gonna try not to stop. It's only like 2 minutes.
I don't know who he wants to work with or what's gonna happen. We'll know in a few weeks or whatever, you know, who's gonna take over or whatever. But I just think that there's a lot of people talking behind his head and, you know, tell him that, you know, they can do a better job or whatever. But look, we got him to a world title, a great purse, and everything great, and I'm happy for that.
Do you have any idea what sparked it? Like, was there some sort of issue or anything that like gave you a hint that this could be coming?
You know, the only thing that I can remember, you know, after he left, because I don't train him, I was just negotiating for him, and I called him about the fight with Colbert, the rematch, and he was super happy. He knocked out Colbert. I got him the fight with De Los Santos, and he was super happy about that. And then I got him a better fight. I got him a fight for a world title. He was so happy. He said, "Hey, Jose, thank you so much. I'm gonna knock this guy out. I'm gonna beat him." Super happy. Thank you so much. And that's it. You know, after he won the title, everything changed.
So you had no like prior indication.
Damn, man, it's unfortunate, man. I like to see good things keep going, man. I like to see good things keep going, man. Like Derrick James and Errol Spence, for example. I like to see good things keep going, but I understand stuff happen that's out of, you know, people's control, and you just gotta do what you gotta do. But at least he sound very grateful to have coached him and been a part of his career. I'm glad he don't sound like it's no sour grapes, but he sound like he's hurt from it a little bit. Like he didn't even understand where it came from. He thought they was going to the top together, man. Ryo said, man, hey man. Ryo hit IG up like, hey man, dear diary. Hey man. I ain't trying to be funny, but Ryo hit the internet like, hold on, hello everyone. He said, hope you're all doing good. Like, who the hell wrote this, man? Dear diary. You know what I'm saying? That's what this sound like, but he wanted to clear some things up. He said, but he is no longer in a managing or training relationship. So he made that clear. But damn, that's how Jose said he found out through the wire, huh? Through that damn internet. That's that damn internet, y'all.
Everything was happy. He was super happy. He was super excited with the money he got and everything that we worked so hard for it, you know. We made it happen. So, at the end of the day, you know, after he became a world champion, everything changed. That's what I'm saying. I'm confused. I don't even know what to tell you, to be honest with you. I wish he could call me and we could settle this down. I'll give him his contract, you know. Not a problem. I know, like I said, you know, I love him like my son, and, you know, I want the best for him, and there's no need for this, you know. To be honest, I thank God for giving me the opportunity to be next to him with a lot of sacrifices. He became a world champion, and, you know, to me, that's a big satisfaction. You know, I got him from nothing to be a world champion, and to me, that's priceless. You know, that to me, money can't buy that. You know, that glory. You know, that what I did for him.
Yeah, no, pure class. Thank you for your insight on that.
Man, shout out to him, man. Shout out to Fire Up. Great work as always, man. That was interesting, man. That was interesting. Like I said, I like Ryo. Like Ryo, he's a good fighter. I predicted him beating Pitbull. I said he was going to do the things that he did. He pretty much did what I thought he could do to a T. He couldn't have scripted that win any better the way he beat him. Yo, y'all crazy Brazilian land. This trip is crazy. Cal, Big Supreme, man. Yeah, man. What we doing? We taking the elevator or the stairs, man? Like, cause we going, y'all. We next. We on that. We on that. We on that. We ain't going to the upper room, y'all, either. So what we doing? We taking the stairs or the elevator, y'all? Dodge J, what it do, man? Hit him with the Carlitos, right? Hey, I got to think about my future too, Poppy. Man, Ryo said, hey, everyone, how you doing, man? Good day out here, you know, as a world champion. But yeah, I'm gonna have to yes, but I just wanted to clear some things up. Yeah, we know I'm no longer training with Jose, you know, training or managing, you know. Big moves coming soon, big championship. Ryo said big champion. Ryo said big championship shit, man. He said I'm out of here. Superman was good. We taking the stairs? All right, man. Who going first, man? Who made the beard joke first? I laughed, but whoever made the joke gotta go first, man. Cal go first. He said, I know the stairs. Taking the stairs, bro. Taking the stairs. From my view was good, bro. But nah, all things real though. I like Ryo, man. It shit like that happen, bro. I do like to hear the way Jose dealt with it after the split up. That stuff like that happens. Like I said, man, you can't control it. But at least he ain't have nothing negative to say. At least he's still saying he can call him and he'll give him his contract. He'll, you know, he ain't got no issue. But this ain't the way to do it. Like publicly, that's what he's saying because he found out through the internet. So I get that, man. I get that. He guided you to a world title, man. He said you love you like a son, man. Said you love you like a rib, man, like his rib, dog. You know what I'm saying? Don't really care who trains him or what network he fights on. They're still gonna watch. It is what it is. Nah, I do. I care why I say it though, because I thought they had a good thing, Gertz. I do. I do. I mean, I know it's not the biggest deal, right, as to who training who. Yeah, I'm still gonna watch them for sure. But I'm only saying that because I assume, like, again, my assumption from the outside looking in, they mesh well together. But obviously, they probably had some differences, or maybe Ryo just got some different plans, you know. But I like Jose Benavidez Sr., though. I do. I thought they had something good going on over there. But like I said, that one interview was a little red flaggish. That's all I'll say. That interview was a little red flaggish when he kind of threw him under the bus a little bit. Sounded like it anyway. I didn't forget that. Nah, he ain't forget. He ain't forget. I'm telling you. Ain't no way he didn't hear that. Ain't no way he didn't hear that and feel similar. Like, damn. I messed up, huh? Like, ain't we... That's the thing. You can't, it's not no when we win, it's us. And then when you lose, it's just you. Like, it can't be that way. Like, that can't be that way. Y'all got to win together and lose together. But it is what it is. Like you said, Gertz, I'm still going to watch them either way. But I like the conversation because I think trainers have a very, very big impact. I think they're underrated in terms of the impact they have in fighters' careers. You get what I'm saying? Just think about the impact of Errol having to find a new trainer with this much time off, if you're going to fight Fundora. Think about the impact that could have on what's left of his career. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good conversation to have, but I'm definitely going to support him regardless. I don't give a damn if he was getting trained by the janitor at the gym. I like Ryo. I like the way he fight. He could scrap. The kid got some scraps in him. But let's keep rolling, man. Something that he did bring up is that they did coach Omar Salcido, and they had success against Colbert. Colbert made his long-awaited return. I mean, most people wasn't waiting, right? Listen, I gave Chris Colbert a lot of benefit of the doubt. I was rooting for him. I knew it was a dangerous fight. The only question I had going into the fight was, why would they put him in there with another puncher? And why was it at 137 of a catchweight instead of him fighting at 130? Those are the only two real questions I have. The only answer I could come up with as far as the weight is maybe it's the time off. Maybe you didn't, get into the, 130 shape, obviously, but you just try to get a fight. I don't know what that thinking was, but just think, y'all. If you're saying that you don't plan on campaigning at 135, you plan on fighting at 130, why are you fighting at a catchweight at 137? It's just an honest question. I just want some insight on it. I don't know. And only thing I could come up with is maybe the time off is what elected you to fight at some type of catchweight, but it just those weight classes, 135 too much for Chris Colbert, respectfully. 135 I think is too much. He said it, he said as much when he rematched Ryo, right? He said it was too much. So them the only questions. He was fighting a puncher after being stopped by one, right on his get back fight, and then he was fighting at a catchweight at 137, and that's even to some degree that's worse than fighting at 35. That's a little bit heavier. Think about it. You make the weight, but then you're gonna rehydrate. Y'all gonna be what, in the 40s or something like that? I don't know, man, or whatever, 50s. Right? I don't know, man. To say that's what I'm saying. I don't get it. I just want to. I want to know. Like, I don't have all the answers, so I don't want to be overly critical on what I've seen. But a guy that clearly he's openly in the interview with, on Pro Box talking to Paulie and Chris Algieri, like, bro, he said he punched my arm, and he said, yeah, it's time to go back down to 130. Like, bro, he said, bro, he knew. He said, yo, this dude too damn big, man. He said he stood by him at the weigh-in. He said, yo, Ryo big as hell. He was like, bro, man, nah. He said he got caught, knocked out. Hell no, I'm going my ass back down to 130. But not only did you not go to 130, you fought at 137. That's 2 pounds higher than 135. And then you came in at 136. I think both guys, L-Dub told me so. You could bring him if he was not cry. So I don't know. Those were the two red flags. Fighting a puncher, he was 19-1 with 13 KOs. He could punch pretty well. Awkward style. Very early, Chris Colbert looked like he was able to make a miss, but it just didn't take too long for Buddy to find his rhythm and be able to find a home for his shots. Like, he was catching Chris Colbert, and the stoppage just was ugly, y'all. It was ugly. Look, man, the
He
stop.
wasn't really getting him nothing clean for the last 4 rounds. He has.
I get called a Mexican hater. So for the record, guys, I got Salcido winning the fight so far.
Well, listen,
That's it. Corner has stopped the fight. Wow, stoppage. He did tell him before the round, I need to see something.
That stinks, man. His corner, his trainer must have not seen nothing that he liked. For him to do that, he must have really seen something he didn't like, man. And it sucked, man. Look, I ain't soft about it. Like, look, it's boxing, right? You're going to win some, you're going to lose. But I really was looking to see that dude bounce back, bro. You know, a lot of people, they say they don't like him. They was counting him out. They were saying he trash. Look, this is my honest opinion on Chris Colbert. I think it was a mistake ever fighting at 135. I think the decision to fight at 135 derailed the trajectory of his career. I think he was on a, he was in a good space. He was moving the right way. I don't know, maybe it was money or whatever, but you just got to be smart. He's not a big guy. I've seen him in person. He's not big at all, man. And I just don't think with his kind of punching power that he can't last at 35. So I don't have all the answers. Like I said, maybe it's the time off as to why he didn't fight all the way down at 130. Maybe he just had an opportunity where he can get it at. I don't know. Dude, a bit of a puncher. But he was handling it. He wasn't getting hit with the flushes of shots when that guy stopped. I guess his corner just didn't like how the whole fight was going because he didn't look good. He looked tentative. He looked like he was worried. It looked like he got a lot on his mind, second guessing himself, tentative. Like I don't know. Looked like them losses, that knockout loss affected him big time. You know what I'm saying? Big time. Shout out to the Fax Machine, LWBoxing. Shout out to you, Brody. How you feeling? So I'm thinking the reason why Colbert agreed to 137 cash rate because of the storm. Remember, the fight got postponed a week because of the storm. Tampa, just the thought, that makes sense. You see what I'm saying? That's why I like to have this conversation. And you see, I'm not just trying to jump down his throat and, you got your ass beat. I'm just trying to understand some things. I just know 37. And like you said, that makes sense. Maybe they had to make an adjustment and you ain't had the time to get down to 130 pounds. You get what I'm saying? Or lower. So maybe you just had to take the fight where you could get it at, right? That makes sense, though. It's possibly it because I'm pretty sure they wasn't trying to set him up, you know what I mean? And trying to get him back. That dude just don't look like he so much more skillful, just like Colbert has been compromised. And the bigger weight classes is just difficult for him. He can't do it. All right, Lawrence should stay between 126 and 130. Bro, man, yep, man. They build. I can see them building the stairs right now for you, Kyle. Don't worry, we going. D-Free was good with it. Yeah, I think 130 was good for him. Was good, D-Free. Yeah, he's getting beat up. He's definitely getting beat up, D-Free. Ramon was good with it. I just hate to see stoppages be given like that in a way, right? I know he beat him up, but I don't think he was just getting punished, right? But I get it. He ain't responding. You did tell him the round before he got to show you some. He wasn't really showing you nothing but covering up and moving and just looking hesitant to really let his offense go. And that's not a good sign because you only asking to take more punishment. So I get it. I just hate to see it is what I'm saying. But it's no fault of his corners because that's his job. If I'm your trainer, I'm telling you, yo, you got to show me something, man. You ain't here looking bad. He beat you up. I'm not going to keep letting you get punched on. I don't give a damn if it's 10-round fight and we in the 9th round and you can make it to the 10th and final bell. I ain't letting it. Like, I get it. Yes. Great observation. Facts. He do. Aisha, he do. Lance, what it do, fam? Shout out to you. Appreciate you pulling up. What's good with it? Lee Jackson in the building. What it do, my guy? Shout out to the fam rocking with your boy, man. We're going to rock out for a few more minutes. Get to the 3-hour mark, man. We're going to keep building. But like I said, I was pulling for Chris Colbert. I just don't think that these fights, the fights even that he lost, is fights that he can't win. I just don't think 35 is where he need to be. I know people always talk about excuses. I look at things quite differently. I pay attention to certain little Instagram posts, sometimes captions and different things like that. I catch certain little interviews little tidbits of things. I think he was going through stuff after his losses, like mental battles and different things like that. I don't know if he all the way back. Like Aisha says, she made a great point. Like he just got this certain look. He don't look like the same fighter in the eyes. And I'm gonna tell you where I agree with you at. In the first moment, I started thinking what you just said about the eyes and his look. When they went back there with the lady to interview him and they were showing his trunks, man, I'm weird. Even the way his shirt was tucked and the way his trunks looked, and it just looked off. His face, like, it just looks, something just looked different. Like it looked like you already defeated, or like it's something is on your mind or something. Like you there, but you ain't there. Get me? I just got a strange feeling. I'm telling you, when they went back in the locker room for the brief second, when they interviewed the fighters before the fight, and she was talking to him, I think she was Hispanic or something. She was translating, speaking in both languages. But whoever that lady was, when she was interviewing him, he looked a little off to me. And then he started the fight, and it was okay. But then it stopped. It just start unraveling for him, man. He just looked gun shy. He looked like he lacked the confidence to put his foot down and go. Like, and it's gonna be tough. You can't win like that. So I don't know where he goes from here. I know people say he finished his career over, all that stuff. I don't know. I think he definitely got to get back to 130, though. If he don't get to 130, he going to be in trouble. He need to definitely be at 130. And I don't know if more time off is what he need, or like Dub said, maybe he couldn't make the weight and get, because he didn't look like in tip-top shape either. And maybe that's why, like what you saying, bro, and then he had to take a fighter to catch weight. Maybe that's what did it. Maybe that's what did it, bro. So look, can he make 130? Right. I mean, look, he said it over and over, Ace, that's where he ain't looking to campaign at 35. He campaigning at 130. So he must be able to make the weight. My bad, y'all. The longer anyway wait is as it's gonna be worse. Yeah, so I don't know where Chris Colbert goes. Salute to him, man. Hopefully he could find a situation that's beneficial to him where he could bounce back from what's looking like a tough skid, a tough few fights for him, man. From even the Rio fight that he did, went to the knockout. You know what I mean? The Hector Garcia loss, like he been a little shaky. So like I said, I think his best bet is to stick around at 130. I think that's where he's his best. I've seen him put up some very, very good performances, entertaining performances. I've seen him put his foot in the dirt, so to speak, and really sit on his punches and knock dudes out, punch dudes around, 4, 5, 6 punch combinations. Yo, I'm telling you. But if his confidence and all that stuff is shaken, if his punch resistance is compromised and all of that, it's going to be hard to get back to that fighter that he once was when he was using the reflexes, the speed, like the angles, the footwork. Like, I don't know if y'all remember him before he lost, but that guy was a very sharp fighter. How good he could have been, it remains to be seen, because I think he derailed his career a bit with the 35 fights. But I've seen Chris Colbert kick some ass, and I'm a real boxing fan. I just appreciate when people could fight. I paid attention to him so close because he was always coloring his hair different. He brash, he talk a lot. People don't like him. I just find it to be a little interesting, so I paid attention to him. He didn't have no crazy amount of knockouts, but I'm seeing this dude knock people out like and beat ass, and solid fighters, good fighters that look to give him challenges. He's standing in the pocket with these dudes and beating them up. Like, I seen Chris Colbert really beat up people. So I'm like, I know he got it, but again, those was at 130. I do believe he was at the top of his game. I believe his confidence is at an all-time high, and he was rocking. But them 35 fights have been challenging. They tough. I don't think that's where he need to be at. I would like to see him get back down to 130 if he can, and see what he could do there. I look at this fight as exactly what it is. Him fighting another fight where he shouldn't have been at, and you got a similar result, a one that you didn't want. So it is what it is. I don't look at him no different. I mean, you obviously got to reassess him as a fighter and where he at currently. It ain't looking good, but I think you'll get your real answers if he's able to return to 130. That's what I think personally. I think if he continues to take fights outside of 130, I think it'll continue to go south for him personally. I don't see it changing because I don't think he has the size and the power to compete with those bigger guys. He said it out his own mouth, so I don't think I'm saying nothing crazy. I genuinely root for people because I know a lot of times, like, all he had to do was lose once, and people was like, see, I told you he was trash. As soon as he lost to Hector Garcia, even though Hector was undefeated, they're like, see, told you he was trash. Like, so I don't know. I was rooting for him, but I think, again, I like to see him at 130 before I write him off completely. 135 is clearly not for him, and definitely not 37. See an announcement for Lucas Body. Nah, which one? Which one? Cause you be on a lot, bro. You be on a lot. Shout out to L-Dub, man. Old school, what it do, man? So let's see, man. But right now, I know he probably gonna need a little bit of time to get back. But if he plan on still boxing, don't take too much time off. Get yourself back to 130, man. He need his confidence. It look like his confidence is taking a hit, and that's part of what made him successful. A big part, in my opinion, his confidence. Like he knew he could beat you. He don't care what you say. Like Chris Colbert, when he was getting in the ring, I don't know. I followed him. Like he felt like he knew he could beat you when he was getting in there. I don't, after you take them losses, you don't got that feel, like that extra bounce. Like, yo, I'm coming to kick your ass. Like it don't feel like that. You know what I'm saying? So he got to get back. You know what I mean? Lucas Body versus Corey Marksman on the Tyson. Oh, yeah, you did call that. You did tell me about Lucas Body. You did. So he did make it to the Tyson Paul undercard. Shout out to L-Dub, the fax machine again. Bro don't miss. He don't miss. Batting average is the hundo. It is now, no doubt. Yeah, so take your butt back to 130, Chris. Take your ass back to 130, big dog. And see what you got left, because that heavier weight class it ain't. It's tough up there, bro. So it's all good. And that's what goes to show you that some of these other guys be special, because he's about the same height as some of the other fighters that's at 35, and it just show you everybody don't have the skills or the frame to compete, and he ain't one of them. I think he got skills, but I don't think they separate enough at 35 with that lack of power for him to compete with those bigger guys. I think that physical aspect of it is just going to be a big hurdle for a guy like that to get over. Those dudes are big, especially the way he was describing how big Ryo was. Shadeja Green versus Melinda Wapool for the WBO vacant title is on that Tyson versus Paul undercard. I have reached out to her. She gonna come back up here to build too, Dub. Shout out to my guy. So that's why I always call him the fax machine, because he be having all the latest. Shout out to her. You know I'm happy for her. You already know. Then Colbert done. He definitely done at 35, big time, Mike. And I'm only giving him that window of opportunity if he can return at 130. Cause I think that was his sweet spot. I think that's where he was at his best. But with each passing fight, and if you ain't able to return to form, it's going to be less likely that you're going to get there. So I think the experiment at 135 been rough. And if you're looking to still compete, and he obviously don't seem like he's going to retire after this fight, take your butt back to 130, boy. Take your ass back to 130, man. Yeah, that lack of pop ain't working up there with them 35-pounders. Just was the wrong trainer. Tank continues to do the bare minimum for the largest purse. I think the thing is, again, like I said, bro, this trip right here, we got to put this one on Loma. Because that's the fight. That was the fight for us, you know what I mean? Franchon gonna fight again. Boom, 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 boom. Tyson Paul card, vacant strap. I got to get her back on, too. She already said she's going to come back on, so I ain't really got to, hunt her down, man. Shout out to her, man. She deserved that opportunity. I want to see her go out there and get it. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, them punches ain't going to do it, bro. Right? So see her 80 like a home. Yeah, ain't going to work. Corner was getting emotional damage last night. Yeah, that's why that's the worst they've seen him look. You know what I mean? And they had to do something about it. They refused to keep seeing him get pieced up like that. And I get it. But hopefully he can bounce back, make his move to 30, and we'll see. You know what I mean? We'll see, y'all. We'll see, man. But last thing, man. One more thing before we got out of here, man. I seen an interview from Danny Garcia too. And, you know, we see how he just looked at his last fight. It looked like he should probably retire. And he gave his thoughts on Errol Spence. And I just wanted y'all to hear what he said. I think it's a real message too. So let's say I'm in Beterbiev's trainer. Oh, the wrong trainer. You agree with him? Was he wrong? I don't know. It's subjective. It's not a really big deal. It's not that he's wrong. He just has his opinion. I can't tell him he's wrong for it, right? It's an opinion. I think some people would see it differently. I think people reduce Tank's career just to 135 alone because that's currently where he's campaigning at, but they don't include the fact that he won his title at 30, started at 26, jumped up to 40, XYZ. We know the story. There's a lot of that get ignored. And then when you think about Hall of Fame and exactly what it means, like I keep saying, OG, I heard him make that great point that I already thought of. Like it makes sense. Fame, pretty famous guy, pretty well-known guy, ticket seller, multiple different weight classes, multiple time champion. It's a lot of boxes he checked. People are just arguing about the resume alone. And I don't think that argument is that strong when it comes to the overall body of work and how people look at him. You know what I'm saying? Adrian, what's up? Oh man. He could say it because that Beterbiev ain't gonna do nothing. You know what I mean? Beterbiev ain't gonna do nothing. Nah, but I like Artur Beterbiev, but Tank just ain't in camp mode, man. I ain't making no excuses for him. He is who he is. He got that complex, a little angry dude, but he don't be caring about nothing. I think he in camp mode. He ain't got nothing good to say about nobody. They ain't got nothing good to say about him. But let me play this, man. Shout out to Fight Hype again. This is from Danny Garcia, man. He had a little message he had to Spence, man.
All right, Fight Hype here. I'm here with Danny Garcia. Danny, some big news in the boxing world recently. Just want to know what your thoughts are on the David Benavidez, David Morrell matchup.
Well, that's an amazing matchup. That's a real fight. Like I said before, it's like Bivol and Beterbiev. The Bivol fight coming up. That's a real fight. That's a real fight too. Morrell and Benavidez. That's one of them fights that you wake up in the morning, you know you're gonna fight that day. So that's great for boxing.
Another big fight that was just announced for early 2025 is Fundora and Spence. Want to know what you think about that fight and how you see that one playing out.
Definitely interesting matchup. It's a great matchup. Two southpaws, two people who like to be there and fight. It's tough. I would have picked Spence, but he just hasn't been active. So that's just a tough fight. That's the only thing that you question is the inactivity because that kills fighters. Especially going up in weight, you never fought at that weight before. The impact's different. The guys are bigger. So I would have picked Spence. I don't know, but Fundora's just tough. So I really don't know. That's a great fight too, though.
If Spence does get that victory, do you see him getting the rematch with Bud, and how do you see a possible rematch playing out?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he gets that fight, he might get a Canelo fight. He might get the Crawford fight. You win that fight, you become unified. There's nothing but big things. I could really see him actually fighting Canelo if he wins that fight.
And on the other hand, with a victory for Fundora, do you see them unifying that belt at 154?
Jusdueboxing was good, family.
Definitely. If Fundora wins, I see him fighting maybe Crawford. I don't see him getting a Canelo fight. But I know Crawford wants to unify another division. So, yeah, it's interesting stuff going on.
Something pretty crazy in
right,
boxing
Cal.
recently in the headlines has been Teofimo and Teofimo's father going back and forth with Bud. What do you think about that whole situation, and how do you see a fight between those two playing out hypothetically?
I would love to see that fight at 147. Teo's, he believes in himself. He wants that big fight. He feels like he's been underpaid. He feels like he's been underrated. And why not? Go for the top guy. He feels like he could beat him. He feels like he got something to prove. He's hungry still. Crawford might be at a different mindset of his career where it's like he don't want, that fight don't interest him. He wants a big fight, big money fight. So that's a good fight at 147.
Yeah, that's the thing. Crawford ain't fighting no damn Teofimo at 147, and Teofimo talking about going up to 54 to fight him. So Danny might be a little out the loop. But yeah, he said Errol versus Canelo. He could see Errol getting that fight if, in fact, he was able to beat a Fundora and get a rematch with Crawford and beat him. He said, yeah, he win that fight. Yeah, I could see him getting a Canelo fight. Yeah, that's a lot of wishful thinking because he got to get through 2 challenges, not only Fundora, but then that beast that is Terrence Crawford. So that'll be tough. But no doubt in my mind, if Errol comes back and looks the right way and beats Fundora, that people going to start talking about the rematch. There's no way. There's almost no way that doesn't happen.
Definitely, at the end of the day, boxing's all about entertainment. You know, so calling each other out, causing frenzies and all that stuff, and it's all a part of the sport. You know, it's never not personal, so it's just people love. That's what people love.
Everyone in boxing knows about the relationship, the strong relationship between you and your father, Angel. Bud was saying some pretty crazy things, even sent a couple of threats to Teofimo's father. How would you respond if someone were to talk to you and your father that way?
Yeah.
Oh man, to me, you know, if it's just like I said, if we talking boxing, that's cool. Boxing is cool. Like, we could get disrespectful as long as you're keeping it boxing. But if you get personal, I don't know, then it's personal. But you know, you can say anything you want to say, but as long as it got to do with boxing.
Yeah, I rock with Beterbiev, man. Tank just gonna talk his shit as a fighter.
Yesterday,
I
Bill
get
Haney, he issued a challenge to Ryan Garcia. He told him if he could pass a drug test within 48 hours, they would give him the rematch. What are your thoughts on that, and how do you see a rematch going? Do you see the fight being any different at all?
I can actually see those guys fighting like 3 times because they have so much of a history. It's just already a rivalry, you know. So I think they're definitely gonna fight once or twice again, for sure. So I think it's interesting for boxing, and that's what boxing needs. Boxing needs.
That's what boxing needs,
and that's what they get. That's what they're doing. So, you know, I think they're gonna fight regardless. To be honest.
All right, Danny. Thanks for the time. This is.
So I really cared about is what he had to say regards to Spence, and there was another one where he was talking about you know, about not sticking around too long. Don't stick around too long. So I think again, one fight more for Spence to definitely be a good measuring stick to see exactly where he at in his career and if he should keep going or not. You know what I'm saying? I think Fundora will answer a lot of those questions, or you know what I mean? It'll let us know exactly where Spence is at. A1 Hoop Zone, my guy, what's good with it, bro? You know, we were at Bowls on Demon Time, of course. Yeah, you wouldn't want to see it definitely without him getting back or looking like how you need to look against somebody like Fundora, if that's who in fact is next for him, right? So I think Cattle are gonna stop Regis. I don't think so. I think that'd be a much closer fight than Regis and Haney. Did Danny ever announce his retirement? I don't think he did, but he did put out a statement, I believe, man. He did put out a statement, but he like at this point he got it. Like I don't know. I don't even know if he need to do it no more. Definitely don't want. Once I see you get stopped, you a guy with a chin like that, and I never thought he was getting stopped. I did think it was a possibility though with Larry, but not the way it happened. I was like, yeah, that's not Danny. Danny need to just chill, enjoy money, life, and kids and family. I like Danny. He got all his faculties. He can talk clear. He's smart. Danny got them, you know, some investments. He's a smart dude. I like him, man. So I don't care if he ever fight again. You know what I'm saying? If he do, I'll support it. But he don't, you know, he had a hell of a career. Cash was good, bro. You never know who's gonna win. It's just true indeed. True indeed. He looks flat and drained. What you think about Colbert and every guys? I think he looked compromised on being last night. He looked unsteady. He looked unsteady. He looked uncertain, like second guessing himself. He didn't look well. He didn't look put together last night. Some of that could have been because they fighting at a catchweight of 137. He shouldn't even be up there. He shouldn't even be outside of 130. So those fights, that experiment, that 135 experiment has went horribly wrong. Outside of that one little blip on there where he got a win over Raya, but that was fool's gold. You see what happened in the next fight. So I just don't think he belonged at 130 and 135. And if he looks bad at once he returns to 130, if in fact he's able to get there, then yeah, you know, it is what it is. And as far as being done, you run the risk of not being champion and all that stuff, and you run the risk of just competing now with those middle of the pack guys and not the upper echelon, right? And I don't know how long he sticks around for that, because he seemed like a guy that want to compete at the highest level. And if you're not able to do that, I don't know how long he sticks around and be a damn punching bag for these up and coming guys. So we'll see. But 135 being is not for him. Let's talk fashion, my guy. Remo, will Haney be the next Colbert? The blueprint out. Ooh, man. Get touched up, tested and stuff like that. Hey, we gonna see. All eyes gonna be on Haney when he returns, for better or for worse. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that he bounce back. I think with the right fight, the right plan, going about it the right way, how they typically do, I think they can be successful and get back in the mix. Yeah, stressed out. Since he lost, he's been looking the same. Since he's lost, he's been looking a little. But notice that where did that happen at? 35. He ain't losing at 30. He did. He got outboxed by Hector, but you know what I'm saying. So I think he's still better off down there. Yeah, I was rooting for him, bro. He just got touched up, got beat up. Hopefully Haney and H2O and Chin are cracked. Yeah, I think H2O should bounce back too, though, man. Because that's one of those where you just get caught with a shot. He was whooping Buddy ass. He was beating Lucas' body up. So I like H2O. I want to see him bounce back too. Yeah, everybody ain't punching like that for sure. But Blair Cobb would be a risky fight, but one, I think he could win. But I don't know who he's gonna fight on the comeback, y'all. I don't know. Shout out to Danny Garcia, man. But hopefully my guy Spence return to form, because I want to see it. I want to see him return to the best of his ability, man. You know, I'm rooting for the kid, man. Rooting for the guy. But y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, man. So, yeah, he got caught being comfortable. We got a little laxed in there and got took out. But I see him back in the gym training and all that stuff. So that's good, man. Hopefully we see him sooner than later. We get an announcement from him, because that dude really can fight. He really can fight. He got a bag, man. H2O can really go. That's why I ain't looking at him no different because he got caught. That shit can happen. That's boxing. You just made a mistake and you paid big time. You could correct it. You can fix that. But man, he was sharp. He was razor sharp. Man, he was beating Lucas' body to the punch all night until he got clipped. And Haney got more dog in him. Colbert seems full and tries to just survive when the pressure on him. Yeah, and it started with that Hector Garcia fight, Mike. When I first started seeing that in him, crucial content with the dude Adrian Broner. I started seeing it in the Hector Garcia fight when he started like surviving, like it just the pressure. He didn't like what was coming at him, and he just kind of elected to not fight back like that. He just like started moving back. I didn't like it, so I don't know what's going on with him, man. It just seemed like he ain't all the way right, but he definitely need to be at 130 and campaigning there. Anything else is a wash. It's gonna be tough. But salute to everybody in the building, man. Much love, much appreciation to the family. Always pulling up. Another dope build in the books. Shout out to Ryo. Shout out to Tank. Another thing, man. Tank been tired of the look. They've been playing with my boy, yeah. And somebody circle said his nails painted. Look, Tank been snapping though. Yeah, snapping on these little Instagram comedians, bro. He been spazzing on people. I'm telling you, he in camp mode, bro. I'm trying to tell you. Tank in camp mode, running around here snapping on everything. Oh man, yo, he went off, bro. He went off in the comments, yo. This dude, yo, he funny as hell, man. And too small. Yeah, he definitely too small for 135. But shout out to Tank, man. Keep doing your thing. Whether or not you'll be a Hall of Famer, I think you doing it your way. And as long as you keep doing it your way, you're gonna get right to where you need. You're gonna get all the accolades you need, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Devin Haney, hopefully he bounces back. And like I said, if he ever fight Blair Cobb, I'm in on it. Ran around the ring, yeah. Like you can't win like that. Can't win like that. Shout out to Mark West. 126 is shoot can make 126. Chris should try that. He said 130, at least 130. Yeah, Lucas can punch, but seeing him get outboxed thoroughly like that, got some reservations. So I want to see how his next fight look, because I think Ashton Silva's an exceptional athlete. He was in there styling, man. He just got caught, man. I ain't looking at him no different. Still look at him the same way, man. I want to see his get back, because he can fight. He was in there scrapping. Haney still was everybody 140 and down. Haney's clan still hunt for Thanksgiving Jive Turkey. Shout out to Rollo, man, and the Haney's clan. Salute to y'all, man. Corey might be in trouble. Yeah, Ashton is skilled, man. Yeah, facts. True. I'm ready to see it, man. I'm ready to see it. But that's all I got on this one. Man, I appreciate everybody that pulled up, everybody in the super chat, the cash app, everybody that hit that like button, everybody that turned them notifications on and pulled up for another dope build, man. Y'all make sure y'all enjoy the rest of this good Thursday, man. And we gonna close the week out strong tomorrow on a good Friday to build on this good boxing, man. You know, back Lucas and I like Lucas' body, man. But man, I want to see Ashton Silva back. Peace to the Queen Aisha. Appreciate all the support as well from the Queens, man. Shout out to the Queens of the chat, and shout out to everybody that supported. We gonna keep building, man. I'll see all y'all tomorrow, Friday, 4 p.m. Y'all already know. So with that, man, make sure y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Friday. Friday, my bad, y'all Thursday. And I'll see y'all Friday. We're going to end with this little video, though.
There is only one man in the world that can beat Artur Beterbiev, and that's Dimitri Bivol, and that will happen.
Eddie, you talk a lot, I know.
That's my job.
Yeah.
You should try it.
Yeah, be ready. I will too.
I'm ready always. I'm ready. And we will talk by actions in the ring.
Okay, let's do it. We'll see.
His guillotine is nasty.
(116 to 112), majority decision. Artur.
Marquis was good, man. Shout out to everybody.
It's absolutely disgusting. I'm absolutely baffled and disgusted of a scorecard to 116, 112. Corner said to him, you have to knock him out to win this fight. They knew they'd lost the fight. 116, 112 to Artur Beterbiev. This is a joke.
To be honest, I don't like excuses, explanations. You know, my philosophy is to be perfect. I didn't win, and that's it.
Congratulations, Artur.
Thank you very much.
One of the biggest fights.
Man, that's funny, man. And on that note, man, appreciate y'all, man. It's been another dope one. And y'all keep on building, rocking with your boy. And I'll see all y'all tomorrow, Friday. Let's build, y'all.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see him jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, his channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Just Do shine, busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Just Do Boxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Just Do. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word him up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
What's going on? And one of my favorite channels, if y'all into that pugilistic perfection, if y'all into that boxing, that's that boy Just Do Boxing here on YouTube. Make sure y'all check out Just Do Boxing, the only unbiased boxing channel on YouTube, because I